NBA Finals basketball tonight. The Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder tied at 2 games apiece. That series returns to OKC for Game 5 tonight. You can catch it on your home for NBA Finals basketball, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, beginning at 6:30. And according to Mark Stein, the San Antonio Spurs are expected to hire Corliss Williamson as an assistant coach on new head coach Mitch Johnson's staff.
SportsCenter brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's the start. Here we go. It's the start of another week. San Antonio Sports Star. This is the Blitz on 94.1. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here as well. Had a nice long weekend. That's good. James Pledger in the glass box of fun. We're all back together again.
Absolutely. Starting a new week.
Starting a new week. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, that time of year. Hope everybody had a great Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day to everybody.
Hope you got to grill your own steaks. Do your own barbecuing. Eat well.
Didn't barbecue.
You didn't do anything?
Played a lot of golf.
That's all that matters.
Did that. Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got rained on yesterday?
No, actually, but it's funny because I was out on the golf course when this thing blew in, and the temperature dropped about 20 degrees, and it felt fantastic because it was hot.
Yeah.
It felt great.
It was
so
hot.
One of those good weekends, playing a little golf, watching a little golf, and it was a good weekend.
Want to ask you as a golfer, because I got home from Houston. It was actually perfect. Went and saw Metallica Saturday night in Houston.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And I had a mistake, but it worked out. A 10 o'clock flight home on Sunday morning, which it was great because I was back in my house by noon, but kind of tired after a Saturday night in Houston, if you know what I mean. But I'm watching the U.S. Open, and that did not look fun. It did not. I couldn't imagine playing that to begin, but I'm not that good of a golfer to begin with. But even watching those guys struggle isn't quite as fun. But then I see all you, wannabe golf pros, those that will wear a white belt.
Yes, sir.
Talking about how much they love watching the challenge those guys go through.
Dude, I love it because, look, these guys hit the ball a mile, right?
Sure.
So you can't tiger-proof a golf course anymore.
Yeah.
You can't make it too long. So you make it where if those guys make a mistake, they're punished for it. And I love it. It's the U.S. Open, so it should be that way.
But they don't do that to the Masters. They don't do that to some of the.
You can't do that with the Masters.
Why?
It's hard enough as it is.
It's hard enough as it is. Oakmont looks unplayable. Like if somebody's like, "Hey man, you want to go play?" Oh, F you, dude. No, I want nothing to do with that. Does not look like a fun outing of golf.
It's not like that for their rich members that go out there. I promise you, they're mowing that grass today.
Yeah.
And it's going to go back down, and it won't be as hard as that. Plus, they don't play from the tips like the guys do on the Pro Tour. I love it.
You couldn't shoot well on that from the ladies' tees.
Well, I don't know. I'd like to find out.
No, that course would kick your ass.
Well, it probably would, but I'd like to find out.
you'd be happy to break 100 on that course.
I would be thrilled to break 100 on that course, yes.
And that, trust me, as a guy that never breaks 100, it's not always fun.
I like it because going into the last day, if a guy 8 shots back had a chance, just because people can collapse.
Yeah,
and you saw that with a bunch of those guys, and so that's what I like about it. You make a couple of mistakes, and you're screwed.
Where is the happy medium? Because I understand it, you want it to be a challenge, but take an NFL field everywhere. They're all the same. Right? You don't go to one stadium and they've got goalposts that sway or, church pews down the 20-yard line.
That's beautiful.
It is kind of cool. But you know what I mean? It's like, baseball stadiums are the only one that are all a little bit different, but for the most part, they're all kind of the same, right?
Well, the difference is, Minix, you don't have some 350-pound lineman trying to sack you while you're going to hit a shot.
Well, I mean, the only thing missing was the clown's mouth. I mean, it couldn't be more challenging. I'm watching that going, I don't know if this is fun or not. Now, the drama down the end, when J.J. Spaun sunk that putt, holy cow, both my wife and I screamed. I mean, it was like, wow, he did it, right? The announcer, dude, he doesn't even need to make this. He just needs to get – and he made it. That was incredible.
Happy for that guy.
Yeah.
His first major.
And his second win ever. His first was here in San Antonio.
And he's, he seems like an unassuming guy. And plus, he was up. His kid was throwing up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He had to get up with the kid.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, right? Happy for that dude. And I love watching that kind of golf. I do. And that, to me, that's how majors should be. You got to. It should be a challenge. I don't want somebody winning a major. Well, Tiger Woods used to do it, but I don't want somebody winning a major at 20, 25 under par.
All right, but watching. Did anybody actually finish under par for the tournament?
Spaun did, right?
Spaun. He was 1 under.
Yeah,
that was it, right?
Yeah.
Because at one point somebody was like 4 under, but that didn't last.
Well, Sam Burns, and then he kind of pooped the bed down the stretch.
Yeah, Burns. He got screwed by the rules official after the rain.
Screwed. No, he
look, I'm no golf expert, but the dude on TV said he got screwed, so let's go with he got screwed because there was water there.
There was water there, but the rules official came over and said, no, it's not considered casual water. If it would have been considered that, he would have gotten a drop.
It rained buckets. How is that not casual water?
I don't feel sorry for these guys because they're the best in the world. So all the hell they do is play golf.
Don't you wish you had somebody that'd follow you around holding your umbrella while you were playing in the rain?
I'd like to have that. I'd like to have some dude in the deal with a flag where he finds your ball for you and all of that kind of stuff.
See, there's the challenge. How those dudes go find their own ball? Because in that rough, they'd be dropping all over the place.
That would be there all day if that happened.
Well, I mean, NBC didn't have anything else to show. So, I mean, we saw some Tiger from back in the day during the rain delay. Rain delay. Cue up Tiger.
Got to cue up Tiger when that happens.
And what time that thing finally end?
It was late, yeah.
Would they go to America's Got Talent at 8:30 or whatever it was?
It was late,
It was late.
But it was good because I got home and got to see the end of that thing, so it was good.
Yeah.
And it's funny how listening to it in the car, and I don't have like a PGA radio station, but I use my YouTube on my phone, and I can just listen to it. I can't watch it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
So you're driving while watching TV?
I wasn't watching. I was listening to TV.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It was fun.
You got to watch the road in that case because I've been playing golf all day.
I hear you. I hear you. 2 hands on the steering wheel.
Yes, sir.
10 and 2, one eye closed.
Follow the speed limit.
Just get straight.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That works. It was fun watching, but I don't know. Like Greg Turner on our YouTube says, love to see the pros struggle and look human.
Yes.
To a degree, but like. J.J. Spaun once, you can't feel bad for him. Dude hit the flagpole and it rolled 50 yards away.
Dude, those greens are like putting on this desk in here. It's that fast and breaks that much. It's fun watching those guys do that because they have to think, and you got to punish them somehow. You have to because they're so good that if they make a mistake, you get punished for it. And
They're
that's the
already
way that
punished.
it is.
They got to wear pants to work.
They do, and white belts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're so bad.
I wore my white belt twice this weekend. It was great.
Was it the same belt?
Same belt, yeah.
Because you got multiple.
Different outfits. I've got
different outfits.
2 white belts, and I got a black one, got a blue
outfits.
one. Yeah.
Who are you?
Well, I mean, what am I going to wear the same one? I mean, you kind of
can call it
after
anything
a while.
but another outfit.
Well, it's an outfit, isn't it? Pair of shorts and a shirt. That's an
outfit.
outfit.
Your wife wears a lovely outfit.
She does.
Yes.
She does.
You just had a different shirt and shorts on.
Different shirt
you can't
and
call
shorts
it. What do guys call it? Guys don't call it an outfit.
Outfit. It's
an
outfit.
No, it's not an outfit.
Of course it is. It's an outfit.
Pledge, you're the well. Do you call
you're
it
asking Pledge about fashion?
Do you call that outfits?
Yes.
There you go. It's an outfit. You got a nice outfit on today there, Minix, by the way. Although that's an ugly shirt you got on. But
Go Astros!
Other than that, not bad for you.
Astros are inevitable.
Guys don't call it outfits.
Well, they just do. There's 2 of them in this room that just did.
It's questions. Although it's 2025, we can't question. But
Yeah, well-
I question you.
So we're in the radio station, don't ask, don't tell. Is that what we're doing?
I just don't call it an outfit. Changed my outfit.
Yes.
Just to fit.
Well,
right?
it was a different, completely different pair of shorts. Even had clean underwear on,
Well-
clean socks, the whole works.
I would hope.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, some things you don't need to explain.
I'm just saying. That's what you do. But I look good
You
both days.
You go home and shower?
After I play golf, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I mean,
Although Saturday night I didn't. I jumped in the pool and let the chlorine do its work. Yeah, so that was good.
It's not how that works.
Well,
Not
it is.
really.
Yeah.
did
it
you
is.
shower when you got out of the pool?
Yes, I did.
Liar.
No, I did actually, because
I'm
I don't
doubting.
like smelling like chlorine, right? So, but it was good because I was home alone, bachelor, so I hit the pool, had a few drinks, watched Goonies on TV because that was all that was on.
So somebody is imagining you butt-ass naked in your pool after playing golf all day watching the Goonies.
No, I actually had. I had. Now here's a question:
You
Is
get
it
home, you strip down, and you
swim
go.
shorts or trunks? What do you call it? My dad used to call them swim trunks.
It's trunks, swimsuits,
Yeah,
swim shorts.
I've never called them swim trunks.
trunks,
Never have.
shorts.
It's a
You put on your
swimsuit.
bathing suit.
It's a swim outfit.
You're home alone. You're butt-ass naked in the pool
It's a
watching the
swim-
Goonies.
I could be.
Yeah, well, you
I
probably
could be.
were.
It's very private.
Uh-huh.
No, actually, I wasn't. Now, when you get out of the pool and dry off, then it's easier to dry off that way.
What?
You heard me.
What was the whistle
The
for?
shorts come down. Boom. The dogs are looking at you funny like, what are you doing? So, see,
All of a sudden, they think they're getting a dog treat.
they're hoping for something much larger. That's for sure. They're going, damn. Oh, Dad's
Well,
skimpy again.
I mean, the pool water is cold.
Fun weekend.
I
had a
can
great
tell,
weekend. It was
yeah.
a fun weekend.
Brian Eagle
Loved
had
it.
a blast alone in the pool.
Alone in the pool. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. All right? Just saying.
I guess.
I hated that on Saturday. Nothing. Was there hockey on Saturday night?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, there was.
like I said, there was nothing on
yeah,
TV
yeah.
on Saturday.
I was watching Metallica
Well,
and
good for you.
Pantera
Yeah.
and Suicidal Tendencies. I had a great time.
I did watch Mission Impossible this weekend, though.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's awesome.
it's damn good.
Yeah,
Damn good.
yeah.
Yes, it is. You know what else I hope is damn good tonight? The NBA Finals, Game 5.
I hope.
That was a hell of a game on Friday, but the Pacers blew it. They blew it on Friday. So it cost me money, too. I had 6.5. What Oklahoma City win by? 7. Yeah, just like that.
Told you.
SOBs. Yeah. So we'll see what happens tonight. Goes back to Oklahoma City series all tied up at 2. And we got a whole bunch of new Spurs rumors to talk about. We're going to get into all of it when we continue on the Monday edition of the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And if you're looking for a place to go watch tonight's NBA Finals game, get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. No better place to go watch than at the Roo with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. And when you get to the Roo Pub tonight, go hungry. The food, fantastic. Love the fried shrimp over there. They've got about 15 different burgers on the menu. They got the biggest and best wings in town, a great chicken sandwich. Pledge tells me the salads are wonderful, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas,
degrees, years of protecting the country, it all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month, but what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. This Tuesday, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Being arrested isn't just a setback. It's a nightmare that can destroy your life and reputation. At Barton & Associates, we're here to make sure your one bad night doesn't turn into a lifetime of regret. Contact Barton & Associates today at texasarrest.com. That's texasarrest.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know what I hate? You got a big-time basketball player who's coming to the end of his career, and he says, yeah, I really don't want to go play there.
Would you want to go to Minnesota?
I would. With that team, yes.
You got to live in Minnesota.
I don't care. Dude,
it's 9 degrees.
The guy could buy all the heat he wants.
Miami is on his list. Miami, Minnesota.
He just told Sham Charania reported that. He's like, I'd rather not go to Minnesota. What a prima donna.
Can't wait for him to be in the silver and black.
I don't want him anywhere near this place.
You know, it is interesting when you think about Kevin Durant to San Antonio in the rumors. And this show is split. I would love to see Kevin Durant here for the right deal. Ryan Eagle wants nothing to do with him.
Nope.
Even if he were coming for free, which he's not.
I don't exactly.
I see on our YouTube comments for and against. I will say Kevin Durant for the right price, I think would be great for a couple years here in San Antonio. But seeing some of the different reports of what Phoenix wants, no way in hell would I do that deal, and I don't anticipate the Spurs would do that deal either.
Well, there have been a couple of, at least reported. Now, I don't know what is accurate and not, but I'm assuming there's some truth to some of this stuff. The headline I saw earlier, Jason, said that the Suns reject Spurs counteroffer for Kevin Durant. And as I'm looking at the counteroffer for Kevin Durant, let's see. Devin Vassell. Oh, this is what the Suns wanted originally. They wanted Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Harrison Barnes, the number 14 pick, along with 2 first-rounders and considerations for another. Now that's what the Suns wanted from the Spurs for one Kevin Durant. The Spurs presented a counteroffer. The trade package featured Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, the number 14 pick, and second-round draft capital.
I would do that.
Well, the Suns rejected it.
Yeah, well, screw them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this ultimately plays out this week, because Kevin Durant's apparently listed 3 teams that he wants to go to. The Suns say they're going to do the best deal for the Suns. I think Sacramento said the same thing, too, before De'Aaron Fox got here. Star players tend to get what they want. Now, I've read some reports that long-term extensions are in play for the Spurs, the Rockets, or Miami. Miami makes no sense anyway, so let's go Houston and San Antonio. Miami doesn't have, at least by themselves, enough assets to get anywhere close to what it appears Phoenix is looking for. But I don't know that I want Kevin Durant long-term. He's got 2 years left on his deal, and really 1 and then a player option. I don't want to be handcuffed to that guy for 5 years, but for 2, for Devin, Harrison Barnes in the 14 pick and some second-rounders, I would do that all day. I mean, he is the three-point shooting sniper veteran guy that you need, and then you get that money off the books when it's time to pay Wemby and it's time to pay Castle, and then ultimately Dylan Harper or whatever ends up happening with the number 2 pick.
Look, I don't think he's worth it. Now, all you'd have to do is talk him into just accepting his player option, because he's got final year, but he does have an option for another, and so that's what you'd have to do. But I wouldn't extend this guy. Why would you extend Kevin Durant another 2 or 3 years and have him stuck on your roster for all of that money? When you're trying to build a winner that can stay together for a little while. And again, as soon as I say that, you're flip-flop. I'm not. I'm talking about bringing in some young veteran players like the Spurs used to do, and go from there. That's what I'd like to see.
To me, it's a mix. You need the veteran. I like the veteran presence and the need that Kevin Durant certainly would fill. But I'm not overpaying. I mean, when the Giannis talk was starting, when you saw players and picks, love Giannis, but not at that price. The Spurs aren't going to sacrifice everything they have saved up for that. But pieces, sure, and you can certainly make that work. It'll be interesting, like I said, between now and the draft. Ultimately, Phoenix is going to come off of their demands, or Kevin Durant is going to force his way to a team. Now, he can say he doesn't want to go to Minnesota. Now, I'm with you. When I look at the roster, you're Kevin Durant.
It's a great fit.
And they can pony up, then sure. The one thing we know, if the Spurs really wanted Kevin Durant, nobody can offer more than San Antonio. They got the players. They got the picks. Nobody could outbid San Antonio if they want them. And I want them, but at the right price. I'm not going to overpay for a Kevin Durant.
Well,
I'm not.
Well, yeah, well, tell me if this is it, because there's another spaghetti on the wall 3-team proposal.
Okay.
Involving the Charlotte Hornets, the Phoenix Suns, and the San Antonio Spurs. Charlotte Hornets receive the number 2 pick, a 2026 second-round pick via the Spurs, 2028 Minnesota Timberwolves second-round pick. The Suns receive Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan. Then they get Mark Williams from the Hornets, 2025 number 14 pick, 2026 San Antonio Spurs first-round pick, and 2027 first-round pick via the Hornets. The Spurs, in return, receive one Kevin Durant and the number 4 pick in this year's draft.
No. No, that seems
absolutely.
I mean, I thought maybe we were going to get Durant and Devin Booker for all of that.
Well, I mean, the Suns make out like bandits in this particular thing, and the Hornets get that number 2 pick.
Yeah, no. There's too much. There's way too much going out for the Spurs to just get a Kevin Durant, and I feel like the Spurs would want a lot more to move out at number 2, which I don't know what to believe when it comes to the Spurs. Dead set fast on it's Dylan Harper. They're not moving him. Well, I expect to hear that. I expect the Spurs to say, man, we love Dylan Harper. That's what we're going to do, because that raises the value of that number 2 pick.
Absolutely.
If the Spurs were like, hey, 2's for sale, well, now all of a sudden your asking price is a little bit lower. It's negotiating 101. So when you see and hear, oh, man, the Spurs tell me they're dead set on Dylan Harper. They love the kid. That's what they're going to take. They're not going to move him. I expect to hear that coming from the Spurs organization. Now, part of it might be true. They really do like number 2, and how do you trade away a Dylan Harper, who in most drafts would be the number 1 overall pick? But is he the best fit? Might be the best player available, but he's certainly not the best fit.
He's not, but I was reminded that back in 1983, remember what happened back in 1983?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well.
You remember?
Sam Bowie was taken because, well,
yeah,
they already had a shooting guard, and then Michael Jordan went number 2. So I was reminded of that, so I guess
then Michael Jordan didn't even go 2 because he went 3 because, they needed Sam Bowie because they got Clyde the year before. So Portland, they didn't need another guard. They didn't need a Michael Jordan. But then again, nobody really knew Michael Jordan was going to turn into the GOAT.
No. It's kind of like a fellow by the name of Tom Brady, who was drafted, in the 6th round?
6th round.
Yeah, remember that guy?
Yeah.
There've been a lot of number 1 picks that were sure things that are sitting on the sideline somewhere selling insurance. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying they're not playing football anymore.
Depends on what kind of insurance.
Right.
I mean, in all reality, you're drafting on projections. And if you're in the camp that says, dude, you can't pass on Dylan Harper no matter what, I hear you. And I don't disagree with you. But what am I getting in return? And I'm trying to win now. I'm tired of skipping steps. You know what? Like a lot of you, and I'm sure you, Joe, and I know Pledge, your Facebook memories the last couple of days have all been about the 2014 NBA Finals.
Yeah.
My Facebook memories yesterday, there's glitter on the Spurs logo. There's Tim with his 2 kids and Stuart Scott doing an interview on the court. I miss those days.
I miss those days, too.
I want to get back to those days.
Oh, I just kind of like to get back in the playoffs. That would be a first step, I think. That would be awesome. Look, again, I'm sure Dylan Harper is a fine player. I'm sure he's going to be a great player in the NBA.
But
it's a crapshoot. The draft is a roll of the dice. I don't care how good somebody expert says this guy's the great. I'm looking at Ace Bailey, and I'm going, okay, well, this guy right there, he's number 3, played with Dylan Harper. Guess what? He's a pretty good athlete himself. He's young, he's raw, but at least that fits a need.
I mean, just hearing you say that, man, somebody was just telling me about the 1983 draft and the number 3 pick that turned out pretty good.
Yes. How about that?
Holy cow.
Now, there you go. You put 3 and 3 together, and there you go. Bam. Equals 6.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
The race for Sace.
Yes. Look,
the race for Sace starts with Ace.
I don't know what the Spurs are going to do, and there are some experts out there that guarantee me they're taking Dylan Harper. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm not sure how they know that, but I'll take them at their word. So we'll see what happens. If they do that, they still have some draft capital to work with.
Look, there's a lot of people out there that know exactly what is going to happen. Some of them are on YouTube. On our YouTube page right now. Go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Read some of the comments. You've got people that say they know. I went and got a steak yesterday and got gas next to Tri-County, and I had to get some something inside the store. The guy working at that gas station knew what the Spurs were going to do.
He did.
Yeah, they're not going to. He told me they're not going to take Dylan Harper. They're going to make a trade, and they're going to pick within the top 6. He knew that for a fact because there was another customer in there earlier that day that told him that's what was going to happen.
Was that R.C. Buford maybe? Or I don't know. Brian Wright was in there?
I said, I was like, who was the customer? Would I recognize him if I saw him? Oh, I don't know. All right, cool, dude. But he sure sounded like he knew what he was saying. I got you, man. I mean, because there's a lot of us right now that know. And even the people that work over there at the Victory Capital Center, whatever they call it, there's probably some people in there that have no idea yet what they're actually going to do. They got an idea, but nobody really knows.
Well, they got a game plan, but there's we're a little over a week away from the draft. It will be a week from Wednesday. So there's going to be a lot of phone calls made between now and then, I'm sure. A lot of discussion about what to do between now and then. And we'll see what they do. If they feel like Dylan Harper's the guy and they go with Dylan Harper, he's a great player. And you bring him in, you see how quickly he develops and can help you. And then you figure out what you're going to do with Fox and Castle because they're basically the same player. So go from there, and then we'll see what happens. If they decide to make a trade, yeehaw. I'm all for rolling the dice and taking a chance and gambling a little bit. I really am.
Yeehaw.
Dude, this draft and develop nonsense is just killing me.
Well, that's why people are calling you a flip-flopper, because that's what you've been saying for so long that you wanted them to do.
Draft and develop?
Yeah.
When have I ever said that? I've never said that. Add veterans to this team. I'm just not talking.
Not Kevin Durant.
I'm just not talking about guys that are in a wheelchair.
Dude, Kevin Durant averaged 27 points a game last year.
Good for him, and he got a coach fired. That's awesome. He had a hell of a year.
I mean, Matt Ishby has fired every coach he's hired. I don't know that I could blame that on Kevin Durant.
I'm blaming Kevin Durant.
I'd blame Bradley Beal.
Well, that too. Guy never played.
But Kevin Durant did. Played 62 games last year in his wheelchair. And it's a fancy wheelchair.
No. I don't want to see that happen.
You just don't like Kevin Durant.
You go out and get a couple of pieces for Kevin Durant.
Is Kevin Durant on your list of scale where between, say, Sean Payton and Aaron Rodgers?
No, he's down below both of those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, because, I
think he's a bum.
I don't dislike Kevin Durant necessarily. If it was, if it was 10 years ago, maybe, it'd be great. Let's go. Make the deal. But right now, nah. And I don't think he's the one piece the Spurs need to put him over the top. He's not. You could bring in 2 guys, maybe 3, for what you've got to give up for Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
It's not happening. That's my prediction. See, and I know this for a fact, everybody. I'm going to jump on that bandwagon. Kevin Durant won't be in San Antonio. Mark my words.
Yeah. Huh.
At least not on a Spurs team. If he's playing basketball, he will be here maybe once, maybe a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. At some point. But he wants San Antonio.
He does. Well, he likes Houston, too. And then there's Miami. I could see Durant in Miami.
You know what all 3 have in common?
What's that?
No state income tax.
All 3 of them have that, yes. And
you know what Minnesota has?
Snow.
Yes. And it's called the snow tax. He'd have to get a whole bunch of new outfits.
He would, see? Outfits. There you go. Way to jump on board. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, while we're talking about Kevin Durant and what's going to happen with him, what's going to happen with Micah Parsons, another great, defensive great, is coming to the defense of one Micah Parsons. We'll tell you about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hope everybody had a good Father's Day yesterday. If you didn't get the Father's Day gift you were looking for, you know what you could do for yourself to get that extra boost of health and energy? You need to go see my friends at Synergenics and Low T Center, because they are offering free weight loss consultations and a free T test as a special offer to celebrate you dads. Treatment is personalized to you and most major insurances accepted. With the freedom to choose in-center care or at-home treatment, you're helping take control of your health. For you as a dad, even if you're not a dad, or maybe even for your dad, From now until June 21st, enjoy a free B12 shot for an extra boost of energy when you stop in for TRT and weight loss. Now, the offer is limited, so book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. With locations conveniently located across San Antonio, you can be seen by one of the Synergenics or Low T Center's healthcare professionals and get started right away. They understand what guys need, so book that appointment now. fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in the books. We'll talk about how it went down and what needs to happen next.
And Game 5 of the Stanley Cup tonight. Does it all end here? We'll talk about that and more. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District knows that life moves fast and the last thing you want is to miss out due to an illness. Vaccines are safe and help your immune system fight off serious disease that can stop or change your plans. They protect you, the people you love, and can prevent you from getting sick. Let's get vaccinated, because when it comes to your health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number 4th of July sale. Save over $600 on our King P5 smart bed, our lowest price of the season. Limited time. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Nigel, why does our office look like a casino?
I call it employee engagement.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to hit the jackpot on comfort with Quarter Moon's Lucky 7's AC tune-up. It's just $77 for a complete 7-point inspection.
Excuse me, bossman. I've got a good feeling about that slot machine next to your desk. Joel, I couldn't get an advance on next week's check, could I?
Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating for your Lucky 7's AC tune-up. Just $77. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Missions fans, level up your Tuesdays with AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium. Presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Unlock $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Don't miss this high score deal. First pitch is 7:05 p.m. Grab your tickets now at samissions.com.
You know, Jason, I want you to know you're not alone, man. Just had a conversation with a guy down the hall watching the U.S. Open yesterday. He says, hey, does anybody think that golf course is fun to play?
Uh-huh.
And I said, funny you should say that. We were just talking about that.
Guy down the hall. Coworker, huh?
Coworker, yeah. It is. I see him every now and then, but I really don't know him that well. Nice guy.
Don't even know his name.
No. I'm not sure he knows mine either. To be honest with you, but a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guy. It was a coincidence, you know.
He's Joe Reinagel.
That's who I am.
At Joe Reinagel 2-0. I'm Jason Minix. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. I was just reading during the break while you were down the hall talking golf. This is a crazy story.
Yeah.
You know, all the attacks in Iran, right?
Yes.
Most of that very classified.
Mm-hmm.
Although apparently there is a Twitter account in Washington, D.C. called Pentagon Pizza, and they reported a surge of pizza activity around the Pentagon right before the strikes.
Wow.
Suggesting, hey, something must be up because there are all these pizza places, We the Pizza, Domino's Pizza, District Pizza, Palace, and Extreme Pizza, huge surge in activity as of 6:59 Eastern, right before the attacks happened.
Wow. Well, see, now that's kind of cool that you know, little things like that will tell you a big story. Love the name of that place. We the Pizza?
We the Pizza.
That's awesome.
I mean, in that, the other part, the same account shared that Freddy's Beach Bar, a gay bar near the Pentagon, had abnormally low traffic for a Thursday night, potentially indicating a busy night at the Pentagon.
What are you saying? What does that mean, Jason?
Well, I think Captain Obvious. The bar wasn't busy and the pizza places were all delivering to the Pentagon.
Wow.
Something was up.
Okay. Don't ask, don't tell. We won't.
Isn't it kind of nuts, though, that stuff like that
sure
gets
is.
tracked? You caught that, did you? Thought I was being clever.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that is, I mean, it's interesting, though, that they say that because you can learn. So why is there an activity? Because everybody's there. And you got to order in because you're watching what's going on over there in the Middle East. So
apparently they've been tracking pizza deliveries to the Pentagon, which makes me wonder why they still allow this to happen. Since the U.S. invasion of Panama in 1989 and Operation Desert Storm in 1991, obviously it wasn't done on Twitter then, but the Guardian newspaper used to report on pizza deliveries, and when there were surges, stuff happened.
Well, that's interesting. So every night you should check the pizza places.
Well, I mean, it's like a newsroom on election night. You know it's going to be full of pizza, right?
That's very true.
Always.
I guess I was never there on election night, so.
Oh, because sports always had the night off.
Joe, see ya. We love you, but you can leave.
I mean, they're still going to do 9 minutes of weather, but
yes,
we don't have time for sports.
No sports. No.
Isn't that crazy?
It really is. But I think that's kind of cool. That's a cool trend. I do like the We the Pizza, though. That's really, especially in D.C., man. That's cool.
Uh-huh.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
We the Pizza.
We the Pizza. It probably sucks. Yeah, cool name and the pizza sucks. I hope not.
I would hope not. I mean, the fact that they track We the Pizza, Domino's, District Pizza, Palace, and Extreme Pizza.
Wow. I wonder how Domino's get in there.
I don't know. I mean, does Papa John's not deliver to the Pentagon? Is there not one close?
I guess not. No Pizza Hut?
No Pizza Hut?
None of that? Interesting. I don't know.
We the Pizza.
But see, I like the mom and pops.
Yes.
Right? That's good. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting. That really is. What else is interesting? Friday, while you were out playing, doing whatever the hell you were doing on Friday, we heard from our good buddy Clarence Hill.
Yeah.
had an interview with Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Micah didn't sound too happy with Mr. Jerry Jones. Said it's going to cost him more, that he was prepared to sign a contract smaller than the one Myles Garrett. I think it was Myles Garrett. One of the guys, who's T.J. Watt? T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Who hasn't signed yet, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But
did I miss that too while I was off?
Well, he was prepared to sign that before T.J. Watt signed, so naturally he would be
sure
lower than that. So now he says it's going to cost him more.
Jerry doesn't care.
Apparently not.
Jerry doesn't care. What I find interesting is Myles Garrett, who's been a well-paid guy.
Yes.
He threw out the first pitch, poorly I might add, at the Rangers game on Father's Day. Cool that he got to throw the first pitch to his dad.
Nice.
But obviously he was there, and he was asked about the contract for Micah Parsons.
He can deserve whatever he's earned. I mean, the guy's special. Of course, I got the chance to train with him, and I've seen his work ethic. I've seen how he attacks the way he's running. He's 100% committed to his craft and getting better every day. And someone who produces on the field and has that level of dedication, to the game, you should get every penny he's owed.
Yeah, well, see, that's the question, Myles. What is he owed? What he thinks he's owed might not be what Jerry thinks he's owed, and so on and so forth. That's the problem. That's easy to say what he's owed. Is he owed, I don't know, a couple $100,000 more than you, or a couple $100,000 more than Jamar Chase? I don't know.
Again, the way Jerry Jones does business, seemingly different than every other owner in the NFL. It doesn't make sense how Jerry always delays and spends more money in the long run. But in Jerry's mind, that's the best way for the Cowboys to do business. Make it make sense. I don't understand it. Stephen Jones will tell us, well, these things are complicated.
They only seem to be complicated for the Dallas Cowboys, though, don't they?
Well, I mean, Cincinnati, they've renewed talks. They're in the same boat. I mean, and they are complicated. We need to get an agent on to kind of talk about some of the different things besides the big number.
I agree.
That could be all the back and forth. But it makes no sense. And for Micah to say that, there might be some truth to that. There might not be.
Well, if T.J. Watt ends up signing before he does, and then even if they reach a deal with Trey Hendrickson, all of those things.
Well, so you had Clarence on Friday?
No.
Oh.
He had an interview with him in his DLLS.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had Clarence on to talk about the interview.
I did not.
Because Clarence also reported seemingly, I know it was just a couple months ago, but it feels like 8 years now, that they had a handshake agreement, but Micah was not going to sign anything without David Mulligetta's approval.
Right.
Is that handshake agreement still not in place? Is that what Micah is saying?
I think that's what he's saying because Jerry refuses to call his agent. It's complicated, Minix. It's like a you're dating, you're about to break up, and you try and fighting hard to keep the duo together, and things happen.
It's Jerry being Jerry. And again, if Jerry's end goal is there's nothing going on in the NFL, but, they're still talking about Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys, then the Cowboys win. If, and whatever that might cost him in money going into Micah's account, when you talk about earned media dollars, because they're talking about this on national TV. I saw a deal this morning. For whatever reason, they were debating Dak's legacy. Why? Right? And I understand. Last week he was asked about it, but it's Monday. There's an NBA Finals game tonight. The College World Series is going on, but we all know every day you have to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And there's somebody out there rolling their eyes right now. I can see you, Joshua Jimenez, rolling your eyes. But you know what you love? Talking about the Dallas Cowboys, even though you hate them.
Because they live rent-free in his head.
Every day. And it's not just on a show like this in Texas. It's every national show out there. Every day there is some sort of Cowboys content because that's what moves the needle. And Jerry knows that.
Well, and that's true. And he's going to let this thing ride. Hopefully they get this thing worked out before camp, though, because that just doesn't usually work out too well. But we'll see what happens, because I was going through looking at stuff as we always do in the morning. You know, you're looking around, and I think, well, this could be a Cowboy-free day. And then, bam, there's Myles Garrett.
Yeah. I mean, there's always something. I mean, it doesn't matter. The Cowboys are always going to come up in conversation. It doesn't matter. You know, I heard George Kittle was on Rich Eisen today. And granted, they talked about a lot of teams, including Dallas. I mean, that's just because it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, if it's George Kittle, he's probably saying, yeah, I just collected rent from Jerry because we own them. So it's, you know, I don't know.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that?
No, not in those words, but it's similar. You know, George Kittle did have a great line. You know, Rich was like, you know, you guys still in the NFC West? Nobody's talking about San Francisco. And I heard that, and I was like, yeah, Cowboys don't deal with that. San Francisco does.
Yep.
He's like, Rich said to George Kittle, you know, it kind of feels like a lot of people think the 49ers window is closed. And he said, you know what's great about a closed window? I love this answer. You can take a chair and just smash it. I love the answer from George Kittle. But it just underscores what we're talking about. Nobody is talking about the 49ers like they were 2 years ago because perception is the window is closed. The Cowboys window has been closed, half open, whatever you want to call it, for 30 years.
It's very true. Look, I don't know why people are talking about the 49ers. I mean, if you get a healthy McCaffrey back, Kittle is still one of the best tight ends in the league. You still got Brandon Ayuk. And you got that Brock Purdy fella.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're curious, why was Rich talking to George Kittle? He was promoting Tight End University that's coming up.
Ah, okay.
Because otherwise, they wouldn't have talked at all about San Francisco.
I think it's great. And I like, if I'm San Francisco, wouldn't you rather be under the radar? Yeah. I mean, honestly, the Cowboys will never be under the radar. It's impossible.
Yeah, impossible. But it would be nice, would be interesting. I mean, to a degree, I think last year the Cowboys were a little under the radar by their standards because so many people were, including Cowboy fans, were just down on the Cowboys. Last year was not unexpected. This year there is some excitement level back, although tempered. I don't hear people talking about the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, but the Cowboys being a competitive team and fun to watch, you do hear that. And once they get Micah Parsons signed,
they're going to get him signed. Jerry will sign him again. You know, I threw out that T word on Friday. Still do that.
They're not going to tell
I'm just saying it's still a possibility. It's still out there, and why not?
Yeah. Speaking of getting signed, are you a little surprised that Pat Hallmark doesn't have a new contract from UTSA yet?
I am surprised, yes.
Pat Hallmark apparently is a front runner for the San Diego State coaching job. Now, I'm not really sure if Pat Hallmark is free to take another job or not. You know, you read the contract, and yeah, there was the typo, but the rest of the contract has a different date. I don't know where this is going to go, but I look at the San Diego State job, and at one point they did have great facilities, but the San Diego newspaper, if you Google this, article on June 4th, says that Tony Gwynn Stadium at one point was incredible, but it's been neglected. And the coach that left was making $155,000 a year. In this article, it says in San Diego to live comfortably, you have to make at least $273,000. And I think he's making north of $200 here in San Antonio.
You know, can we go back to the facility?
Yeah.
Why don't you put UTSA's facility up against Tony Gwynn Stadium?
Well, it's the Taj Mahal.
Well, exactly. That's
Taj Mahal that needs paint.
Enough said there. So it comes down to salary, because if this dude was only making $155,000 when he retired, and I know Pat Hallmark, just because some of the reporter types, it's north of $200,000.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see. But we said that he's going to be sought after. I mean, the guy took UTSA to the Super Regionals. And no disrespect to those ball players, because they played great. And he assembled those guys. He coached those guys to do what they did. And University of Texas 3 times this year.
Yep.
Twice when it really mattered in their own ballpark, which I'm sure is very nice.
It is.
Yes.
Although I am a little surprised that we haven't gotten a press release that Pat Hallmark has signed a new extension. I thought he would get an extension and a raise just for getting to the Super Regionals. Typically, that's what happens. I'm surprised Lisa Campos doesn't have this done yet. Now, as I'm saying that and sounding like I'm very much blaming Lisa Campos, Pat Hallmark has to want to sign that too.
He does.
And I don't know where the disconnect is. Pat Hallmark came on this show and was very clear that he wanted more support for his program. Now, if he is demanding that support in these contract negotiations before signing, then this could be very well just all be on Pat Hallmark.
Could be.
Because it's gotten awful quiet.
Well, here's the thing that I think lawyers are going to get involved, because if Hallmark wants another job and he can't get out of his contract on a normal basis, then he could say, well, look, there's a typo there, Mr. Attorney. Get me out of this contract. I'd rather go to San Diego State. Could be.
And again, although in the San Diego News-Tribune article on June 4th, the writer's like, if San Diego State, they got to up the salary for a head coach because the average, a lot more than 155. You've gotten a bargain on Coach Martinez for a long time. You ain't getting a coach to move here for 155. It's gorgeous in San Diego, but the guy would like a roof over his head.
Absolutely he would.
But he's got a nice stadium that needs some work.
He does. Just put them side by side. If I'm San Diego State, that's my brochure. Tony Gwynn Stadium, UTSA Stadium. You choose, Coach.
Dude, we saw video. We looked at some video of
we
that.
did.
That's a nice.
It's actually very nice.
I guess it probably could use some paint, a little bit of work.
I'm sure it could.
For the most part.
It's Tony Gwynn, too. I mean, you got that.
It's a hell of a lot better than what UTSA has right now.
You know what? It's a good Monday, Jason, because, we got the 4th of July coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a familiar face eating wieners on the 4th of July. We'll tell you who that is. You probably know. But we'll talk about that when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Don't we all wish we could see more wiener?
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
It is summertime in San Antonio, and that means you want a beer that is brewed for the summertime, and Karbach Brewing has you covered. Love Street is their blonde-style Kolsch ale. It is a smooth drinker, and it is great for those days out at the pool. Right now, the next beer in their fun series is Rhubarb. It's a fruited field beer, refreshing, vibrant brand, which used to only be available at the brewery. Well, now guess what? It's available for you all over San Antonio. Of course, Ziegenbach and Crawford Bach, those you're going to find all over the city as well. There's something for everybody's summer taste at Karbach. And they've got a lot of things going on at KarbachBrewing.com. They've got great giveaways, including some Love Street Air Force Ones, customized, designed by a local artist, get you looking good for the summer. And the great taste of summer gives listeners a chance to win a grill for their backyard. Show off your true Texan skills as a barbecue master. Grill up your own great taste of Texas.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sinks overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. I urge you, do not get caught off guard. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. Divorce is tough. It's emotional, challenging, and can upend everything you've worked hard for. But here's the truth. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control and protect your financial future. At Barton & Associates, this isn't just about getting through the process. It's about protecting what you've built, securing your assets, and ensuring you have the resources to move forward with confidence. You've worked hard for everything you have, and we're here to help safeguard it and avoid unnecessary losses. If you're serious about protecting yourself through the divorce process and securing your future, Barton & Associates is the team you need by your side. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Ugh. Kitchen ants? Runaway roaches? A spider? A spider? A spider! Relax. Just use Zevo. Zevo insect killer sprays use a powerful blend of mint and rosemary to eliminate those pests and up to 20 other bug types. Plus, Zevo is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Just spray the bugs and wipe them away. Zevo. People friendly, bug deadly.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
To...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Texas State is the heavy favorite, according to ESPN, to be issued a formal Pac-12 invitation. The league is still engaged with other schools as well. They have to do it pretty soon, though. July 1st, the buyout for Texas State to leave the Sun Belt will rise from $5 million to $10 million. Massive trade in the NBA announced yesterday. The Memphis Grizzlies sent guard Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic in exchange for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, and 4 unprotected firsts.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Here it is, another Monday on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix to my right. James Pledger in the glass box of fun. We are all here, all back together, and having a good time. I'm looking forward to this week and even the first part of next week as we get ready for the NBA draft. Lots of rumors, lots to talk about.
You know, there is. And again, the spaghetti on the wall season, it's fun because when it's all said and done, we're all going to be right and we're all going to be wrong on something.
Yep.
Like nobody had that Bane trade yesterday in their on their bingo card, especially for what he got. You know, the return just seems nuts, especially if you compare it to, say, I don't know, Luka going to the Lakers.
Oh man, I'm telling you, Orlando gave up a treasure for this guy. So hopefully he fits a need and we'll be able to put them over the top. The good news about Orlando or anybody in the Eastern Conference, you don't have to improve that much to be in the upper echelon. It just sucks over there. for the most part.
So what you're saying is Orlando looked and said, the Pacers are in the finals?
Exactly.
We need a guard. Let's go get one.
Exactly. That's exactly what they said. Look, Orlando's going to be a pretty good basketball team, I think.
Sure. I'm more curious, though, what happens with Ja Morant, what happens with Jaren Jackson Jr. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. would look good in San Antonio.
I don't think that would be bad either.
I mean, just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. If Memphis is selling.
I mean, his old man played here.
He did.
He was
and coached here, too, at Incarnate Word.
He
I
did.
don't think he's still over at Incarnate Word. But he was there for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
As a coach.
I think that would be good. Justin Guerrero on our YouTube page, and you can like and subscribe to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, says nobody had Wemby being a monk either.
Somebody did.
That's a pretty good point.
I don't know. I'm guessing somebody did.
I would have never gone there. I never would have thought that. Wemby a monk. Is he back from his Monkville?
No.
Not yet? He's still there?
Monkville?
Monkville? Make it sound like a destination, like he's on vacation.
I saw a video of him this morning. I don't know when it was taken, but he was still there. In fact, it said something as he's winding down his 10-day retreat, and it looked like he was doing some karate-type moves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The discipline that it takes to do that.
So he'll come back and put that in action on the floor here in San Antonio.
I just think Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Having that level of focus.
So what he's doing, wax on, wax off.
And desire to be great.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Speaking of that, let's talk about it on the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Joey Chestnut is back. The desire and the discipline to down 80 hot dogs in 10 minutes. He's back in the Nathan's annual hot dog eating contest.
Well, I mean, he wants to come back to real wieners instead of those fake ones. Hey, Seymour Wiener. I mean, seriously, he left. He took the money. He's like one of those live guys. Went over, took the money, found out that those hot dogs suck, that are not real.
Do we know that Impossible Foods actually had a vegetarian dog, or he just took the money?
Well, I think that was part of it because, I mean, why else would you take Joey Chestnut? He's a hot dog eating machine. So you kind of have to have
He's a competitive
fake dog.
eater. He's most known for what he does in July 4th. But do you watch the July 4th hot dog eating contest?
No, I'll see highlights of it.
It's a fascinating hour of television. But you hear, and so ate, I don't know, 71 chicken wings with bones.
With bones.
4,000 peas. All the different crazy stuff that people eat in competitive eating.
Wow.
Yes.
How do you wow. That's impressive with the bones.
Well, I mean, but you have to have enough meat off of that bone for it to count. You can't just take a bite and have half the meat left on that bone.
Well, now I'm trying to. They have to eat the bun too when it's.
It's hot
right?
dogs and buns, but
So
they don't have to eat it at the same time.
And they just
That's
dip
why
it
you
in the
see
water.
them dipping in the water. That softens it up. And 2 or 3 dogs at one time, all those wieners in their mouth that's going down. I mean, then they add in the buns. It's hot dogs with buns.
Hot dog. Can you imagine waking up the next day if you're Joey Chestnut or one of those dudes? It's like, get out of my way. Now.
I would imagine that their flights home are probably not that night or the next day.
Yeah, I don't think they should be allowed on a plane the next day. I think it should be at least a 2-day waiting period.
At least 2?
At least 2. I mean, you're talking about a lot of, lips and
yes, you got to
heinies,
and you got to keep it down, right?
Yes,
you got to keep it down for it to count. The last thing you want in a eating competition is a reversal. Pledge, I don't know what you're showing us on that screen.
Well, some of the records that Joey Chestnut owns, he in 8 minutes back in 2013 had 141 hard-boiled eggs.
Oh.
He, in 10 minutes, ate 12.875 ounces of deep-fried asparagus at the Stockton Asparagus Festival.
All right. There's an asparagus festival.
Apparently,
fried
he ate
asparagus.
45 pulled pork sandwiches in 10 minutes
That's not bad.
back in 2007.
That's not bad.
Well, 45 of them.
I
The
mean,
first two would be great.
Well, at least it's pulled pork and not asparagus.
53 soft beef tacos from Taco Bell in 10 minutes.
All right, but I mean,
Speaking of having to go to the bathroom,
it didn't
holy
stay in
cow.
them 10 minutes, man. That's in and out.
Holy cow. Man.
182 chicken wings in 30 minutes.
Wow. It's
Flats or drums?
Does not specify.
Okay.
Now, flats, I've seen guys flat.
Yeah.
They just peel that
Yeah.
right off of there.
There's a right way to eat them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't do that. I can't figure that out.
I know these are a thing somewhere, not here. 103 Crystal Burgers in 8 minutes.
That's about right. I mean, those are 2-bite burgers.
Well, those are little slider-looking things,
yeah,
right?
Crystal Burgers and White Castle burgers, like when I lived in New York, those are great because you get a 6-pack of them, and you can eat them very easily on the subway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many pounds of pork ribs do you think you can eat in 12 minutes?
Not even one.
13.76 pounds of pork rib meat.
Oh, my gosh.
Joey Chestnut.
Did he have to chew that off the bone?
No, it's pork rib meat. They've been taken off the bone.
They've been deboned.
I mean, but you think, what is a normal rack of ribs? 2.5, 3 pounds? Give or take?
Yeah, I would say.
Maybe 1.5 pounds, depending on if you're getting St. Louis style or baby back. Right?
Yeah.
Ever wonder what the world record for meat pies is?
Meat pies.
You're going to have to explain the meat pie.
It was at Silver Slipper World Meat Pie Eating Championships.
Isn't that like a pot pie kind of thing with a bunch of meat inside
I
of
think
it?
so. In 10 minutes, he had 23 6-ounce meat pies.
Wow.
I'm not really sure because I know there's some places in the East Coast. They almost look like little hot pockets, but basically what you're describing is a meat pie.
Well, Joey Chestnut
Thanks,
can
Pledge.
eat.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still, even with all of those records, still most famous for hot dogs.
Well, because it's on national TV.
Well, and that's all. Nobody wants to see this dude wash down 20 meat pies.
How about 390 shrimp wontons in 8 minutes?
No.
See, now, Pledge, you can put down food in a hurry.
That feels impossible.
Did the Glizzy challenge. Did you have to eat that? Or you just stuck a straw down the wiener.
Well, Pledge didn't waste the wiener. He ate it when it was over.
Well, I'm just saying.
I love
wieners. Man.
Pledge was actually really good at the Glizzy challenge. I was almost a little embarrassed for him.
I don't consider it a real challenge.
Why not?
It's misnamed.
What?
The Glizzy challenge.
I mean, Pledge also wanted to participate in the hands-free corn dog eating contest, but we wouldn't let him, so that one is not misnamed.
Why, Jace? That's a lifelong dream. James Pledger. The hands-free corn dog challenge.
Well, when we did that many, many years ago here at the radio station, it was only open to ladies, so we didn't qualify. And we could ask.
Well, you could do a similar thing with the hot dog. Just take the cornbread off and bam.
So Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch tonight.
Yeah, but he's only going to pitch one inning. But it's making ticket prices like skyrocket.
Well, when you think about just the fact that it hasn't been that long since he had the Tommy John surgery, and when he did that, you wondered if he was actually ever going to pitch again. And the fact that he's at the point now where they want to trot him out and let him pitch just to be able to come back and do the crazy thing is before the surgery, dude was one of the best pitchers and best hitters in Major League Baseball. And now he's going to get back to that.
Well, and he's still that, right? And they want to ease him into it. And I hope nothing happens. I hope he's fine. And I'm sure he's been throwing and they're looking at him and all of that. But, the guy's he is – you talk about a true unicorn. This guy is. The way he can hit and pitch, he's just amazing to watch. But what's nice, though, is the Dodgers suck right now, and I love it.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
That's a great thing.
And they're playing the Padres, and you're right. Ticket prices are just through the roof.
Through the roof. Unbelievable. But it will be kind of cool to see him pitch again, see how he does and what he does. So we shall see. We got NBA Finals Game 5 coming up tonight, but we've also got this story, Jason, about Texas State. Looks like they're going to the Pac-12. We'll tell you what it's going to take for them to go to said Pac-12 when we continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So, who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-431-8958. That's 800-431-8958.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life.
I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. Your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
We get you through the afternoon. That's what Jason and I do here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Thank you for spending a part of your day with us. We really appreciate it. However you're doing that, if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. If you're out driving around this beautiful city of San Antonio, be careful. Thank you for listening, or whatever app you might be listening on out there as well. We appreciate it.
We really appreciate it when people do things the old-fashioned way and call up a talk show at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. A lot of times that means we've pissed somebody off, or in this case, Joe. You said the Dodgers.
Pissed somebody off?
You said the Dodgers suck, and
really?
Van wants to know, how can you say that the Dodgers suck? Hey, Van, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys, I love the show. Joe, Jason, you guys are amazing. Pleasure, you're amazing. But the Dodgers don't suck. Come on, man. 43-29, number one in the NL West, dude. That doesn't suck. That's what winners do, dude.
That's what they do, huh? That's the best team money can buy. I love that. So all those guys on NIL deals over there, is that kind of like I don't know, Alabama or Texas?
Are they supposed to be in first place when they spend that money?
They're supposed to be, yeah.
They are.
They haven't been playing that well. Come on, Van, you know that, right? I mean,
but they're still first.
They were supposed to be undefeated.
Yeah, but you know what? I believe it is the New York Mets that have the overall best record in the National League.
Oh,
and then it's the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
Can't let that happen.
Those guys they're having great seasons, but come on now, they're paid to be in first. We'll see. We got lots of baseball left. If Ohtani comes back tonight and he pitches one, maybe two innings. And what are you going to do if he comes back to full strength with, 20 games left in the season? If we're already in first place, all that money's being well spent.
It is. I mean, but wouldn't you rather talk about the first place Houston Astros?
No.
Yeah, I'm a West Coaster. I wasn't born in Texas. I got here as fast as I could, but I can't do the.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do anything to his phone. That was just karma, man. I don't know what happened to your phone there trying to talk bad about my Astros, but I had nothing to do with that.
Hey, Van, do me a favor, will you, with Ohtani coming back tonight? Don't let him make a bet, okay? No bets tonight.
By the way, I believe the interpreter dude just checked into prison.
He did?
Yeah.
Boy, that dude better get a ton of money when he gets out of prison for taking the rap for Shohei.
Oh, you got to have proof. You got to have proof to drop that.
Appreciate you, Van. Thanks for the call, man.
Hey, I love you guys, man. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, man.
I love the passion. He's a Dodger fan. I guess we can hold that against him, but he is passionate.
And again, his area code does suggest he ain't from here. So if he's a legit West Coast guy and not a bandwagoner, he doesn't sound old enough to be an old Dodger fan. I remember watching the missions over at VJ Keefe. If you're that Dodger fan, because, all right, cool, man. If you saw Fernando pitch here and you've stayed with the Dodgers, I'll let that one slide too. Otherwise, you're just bandwagon.
Well, I don't know. I kind of, and I get it because we saw a lot of great players come through San Antonio. But how many bandwagon San Diego Padre fans are out there because of the missions?
Oh, none.
See? So
that's different.
Why is that different?
I don't. There was something about, and you know what this was like when it was always the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And every year, Tommy Lasorda would come and do stuff in San Antonio, and they're the Dodgers.
We had Fernando Valenzuela come through here.
Think about all the
of good ones.
Yeah, I mean now. What is Tatis maybe the biggest name that's come through here in recent memory?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, in recent memory, yeah.
You know,
Mike Piazza was here for a while.
But it's the Padres.
I know.
Not a national brand.
That's what I'm saying, because if you're not a rabid...
SALA is so different than SASD. That actually sounds like you might need to get a shot.
Yeah, you do. If you're just a goofy baseball fan, you're not into it, you're either a Yankee fan or a Dodger fan.
Or an Astro fan.
My wife came home with a Yankees cap.
Oh, dude.
I know it. I almost didn't let her in the house.
No, that's not true.
I almost did.
No.
And she said, I'm coming in. I said, okay, honey.
Yeah, exactly. You might have thought it, but you didn't say anything.
No.
See, your wife gets a little bit of a pass because she was, for work, invited to a suite at a Yankees game.
Yes.
Just a couple of days after she was forced to change her clothes at a Texas Ranger game.
Yes.
And so out of concern, she wanted to make sure that didn't happen again.
Apparently so. And she told me it's a pretty nice hat, I will say. I mean,
well, it probably went with the outfit.
It's a Yankee hat, but it was pretty nice. She said she bought it off the guy right as you're coming into the stadium. It was about $20 less than if you'd bought it in the stadium. So it's not real, but it looks good.
What do you mean it's not? It's a real hat.
It's a real hat.
It's just not authentic. She doesn't care. It
no.
probably worked for whatever it is she needed.
Right. She'll never wear it again.
Yeah, well, she might.
No, she won't.
I mean, she might.
No.
You know, next time you piss her off, which is often, she's just going to put that on as revenge.
Wow.
Or wear that fancy Ranger shirt she got. And women have a way of doing things.
I will say
like
this.
That.
Now, Maggie's not a diehard St. Louis Cardinal fan, even though most of her family is.
Yeah.
Because they all live in St. Louis. But she really liked that Ranger shirt she got.
Well, she did. It's a nice shirt.
She probably
but
I hung mine up here in the studio.
Absolutely. If you're watching on YouTube and some of the shots, you'll actually see it. What I love about bandwagoners is when they make fun of other bandwagoners, like David Umflet on our YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Talking about Van, the Dodger fan, sounds like another bandwagon Dodger fan. and see, we've known David for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is the most bandwagony of bandwagon baseball fans I know, claiming now to be a Yankee fan.
Who, David?
Yes.
He's a Yankee fan?
Today.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And maybe yesterday and the day before that, but a couple of years ago.
If you don't know anything about baseball, you're either a Dodger fan or a Yankee fan. And then if you just want to be hated and obnoxious, you're a Cub fan.
Hated and obnoxious.
Yes.
Cub fan.
Cub fans. Go Cubs. Dude, please.
What was that?
That's a typical Cub fan.
I thought that was a piss poor Harry Carey.
Hey, Norm. Yeah, no, I can't do Harry Carey. I wish I could.
No.
I used to love Harry Carey.
Well, sure.
Yeah, he sleeps with the boss's wife and gets fired and he's banished to Wrigleyville.
That was with the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, he slept with one of the Bush family's wife, apparently. That's how the story goes. Because he was a Cardinals broadcaster.
Well, a lot of people were Cardinal broadcasters.
And then, well, you get banished to Chicago after that.
Things worked out pretty well for him financially in Wrigleyville.
Well, I think so. I think they did. Now, Skip Carey, of all people, is the Cardinals broadcaster.
That pisses you off.
No, he's fine. He knows where to go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Cardinals, I don't have a lot of hope for them. They got a bunch of young dudes who can't hit. It pisses me off.
That's kind of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But how about those first-place Houston Astros?
Are they in first place?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're probably cheating.
I mean, it's likely, but they're winning. That's all that matters.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying,
I mean,
right?
even like yesterday's game. I mean, they didn't hit the ball for squat, but they still managed to pull out a win, which is what they've done. Whatever it takes to win, that's what they're doing right now.
Long way to go. It's only June. It's June. It's the middle of June. We got, 8 months left? Baseball season seems like it's so damn long, doesn't it?
It is. Now the Wookiee is texting me middle finger emojis. While complimenting your wife for coming to the dark side.
Yes, he said that on a YouTube page too. Way to go, Maggie. Yeah. Well, I forgot about that hat until just now, so that might just disappear before she gets home.
Did she get you a good shirt too?
No, I don't want a Yankee shirt. Are you kidding me?
Why not?
Jeez.
I mean, she went to the game. She had to get you something.
I think they're kind of sucking right now, too, aren't they?
The Yankees?
Aren't they?
Probably. They're the Yankees. Let me look at the standings. Do you hate when your computer isn't going as fast as
yes, yes.
Well, they're leading the AL East.
They are?
Yeah, they're 42-28.
By 3.5 games.
All right. Well, I guess they're not sucking then.
The Astros are 41-30. They got a 4.5 game lead now on Seattle.
Wow.
And a 5.5 game lead on Texas.
I just see that McCullers is sidelined with a sprained foot.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah. A sprained foot?
The fact that the Cardinals were sniffing first place for any amount of time this year is
opening day
is a
celebrate,
thrill.
my friend.
Is a thrill.
Yeah, really.
Yes, because they're not supposed to do anything this year.
That's not what I heard somebody on the radio say at one
bunch of young
point.
guys out there just having a good time, playing a little ball, growing up, having some fun. Damn.
They don't even care about winning. They must be livers.
Exactly, right?
Dude.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not wearing shorts, Pledge.
I mean, the fact that they trail Milwaukee and the Cubs.
Well, they just got beat 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee, so.
Did you get some wild text messages from Edwin?
No. I'm sure the next time I see him, though.
He may or may not say a word to you.
Yes. And, by the way, it's Chip, not Skip. Thanks, Coyote. Appreciate you.
I'm glad you're aware of your team,
Well, I
Brian.
mean,
You're such a fan.
So Skip is dude. He's a Atlanta Brave.
Go back, think. I subliminally said Atlanta, so maybe it would click in your head.
Yeah.
No. You say you've been telling me you've been watching them play.
I have been.
I mean, you like misery.
What?
You're home alone and you're watching the Cardinals
I know.
play.
I'm miserable. And I got to figure out who I'm betting on tonight. Indiana, 9.5-point dog. Would you lay the 9.5, Minix?
That's the extender worked last game. 71 free throws. How many will there be tonight?
Well, they're back home, so.
Oklahoma City makes theirs. Indiana didn't. That was the difference down the stretch.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indiana blew that game, man. They really did.
Well, Oklahoma City stole it, man. SGA made all the shots when it mattered. About a 5-minute stretch late in the fourth quarter, dude said, I'm the MVP. I'm going to show you why.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I get a random message. Oh, look at that push-off. How many steps does he get? All I know is you lost your bet.
Well, I wish that, they'd only won by, 6 instead of 7. That would have been nice. One more free throw.
No, Pacers got some calls, too.
Well,
I didn't get messages about that.
They're supposed to. I mean, isn't that what happens now? Oklahoma City will get all the calls tonight.
I mean.
They'll get them all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. SGA might go to the line 100 times tonight, that guy.
Oh, that'd be thrilling.
Somebody's going to breathe on him. All right. See, get me talking about the Cardinals. It just pisses me off.
We can tell.
Damn it.
We can tell.
I was in a great mood until.
Thanks, Van.
Yeah, Van. Way to go, buddy. Dodgers, Yankees. I'm just pissed off.
Because your team sucks.
Well, they do. Dadgummit.
What do you mean? Dadgummit?
It's unfortunate.
What's unfortunate?
What's unfortunate?
How about them Astros?
Yeah, it should make you feel better.
I
Astros
mean,
are
all
first.
this bandwagon talk, you could choose another team. It's like your NFL teams.
Well, that is kind of like the Cardinals' son. Didn't the Cardinals give birth to the Astros?
Not sure it works that way. I mean, we can go back to science class and educate you.
All right, let's.
Well, that's Daddy.
Exactly. Well, they do you've seen the Cardinals? They do they're almost like the Eagles, and that is annoying. I wish they'd stop doing that.
That was bad, man.
Bunch of young kids,
look at old
man.
Reinagel in the studio trying to do the dirty bird. He doesn't know what city he's talking about.
I'm telling you,
Man.
Unbelievable.
Good Lord.
Speaking of the NBA Finals,
yeah,
we got Game 5 tonight.
We do.
Typically, the winner of Game 5 wins the series.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a huge game.
Big.
Not a must-win for anybody, but it's a big game.
It would go a long way in helping.
And we got a bunch of Spurs rumors to talk about,
We
Minix.
do.
A bunch.
A
So
bunch.
let's get to it, all right? And we'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, somebody that makes me very happy. That's the family of Stevens Roofing. Love those folks over there. Very nice folks. Family-owned company, local company, and they've been in business for a long, long time. So you know they are absolutely doing it right. And it's crazy, isn't it, all this rain we've been having? It's nuts. I mean, that storm yesterday comes out of nowhere, and that's what happens. Well, not usually in the summertime, but it can happen here in San Antonio and South Texas. And you want to make sure that your roof it's in good shape to withstand anything that Mother Nature has to throw at it. That's what Stevens Roofing is here for. When you call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994, just ask them to send a crew out to check your roof. They'll do it for free. They'll do it with no obligation. You have them come out, they'll check your roof, and, well, they'll tell you if there's a problem, they'll let you know. If there's not, well, they're going to let you know that as well, because that's how they do business. Stevens Roofing is the absolute best, and they deal with the same weather that you and I do. They're here. They live here. They know what we're talking about. Why don't you give them a call? You could do it right now, 210-785-0994. You can also visit them online at stevensroofing.net to schedule that free inspection. Get it done. Make sure that roof is in tip-top shape. Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in the books. We'll talk about how it went down and what needs to happen next. And Game 5 of the Stanley Cup tonight. Does it all end here? We'll talk about that and more. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your house sitter has the new code first before leaving for vacation.
System lockout.
But that's the code.
Contacting authority.
I'm out of here. Oh, seriously, the car too? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
O'Reilly Auto Parts can help take the guesswork out of your vehicle's check engine, ABS, or maintenance light with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today. Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Your marriage is over. You know it, your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton & Associates, an aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news.
Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Whoa.
History.
On pins and needles right now in the
making.
studio, watching Arkansas taking on Murray State. And some dude by the name of Cage Wood is 1 out away from a no-hitter in the College Baseball World Series. He just got it.
19 strikeouts.
Wow.
Ends the game with a strikeout. A no-hitter. Arkansas beats Murray State 3-0. But the story is Gage Wood struck out 19 and threw a no-no, which I believe is the first time in like 65 years.
65 years
a no-no
that's happened.
At the CWS.
How about them Hogs?
Big Suey.
I bet Jerry's happy. Jerry Jones, he's thrilled right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sure. Popping open that bottle of Johnny Walker Black right now. Let's celebrate. Daddy!
Third no-hitter in College World Series.
That's crazy. 65 years it hadn't happened. So that's awesome.
So
Yeah,
did he
that was
strike
cool to
out
see.
the side in the ninth?
He did.
Yeah.
He sure did.
One of them was like it was ruled or counted as a strikeout, but the batter leaned into the pitch, so he was called out.
See, I didn't see that. Now, the guy, and I saw that on Twitter. Somebody had said that. It's the first time they've ever seen anybody get thrown out after getting hit by a pitch.
Well, you lean in.
If you lean in too far, yeah, that's the
But does that count as a strikeout, though?
Yeah, because, I mean, it's kind of like a, what is it if you
foul tip?
Yeah, well, not a foul tip, but if the catcher drops the ball in the third strike and you throw it down to first and he's out, that's counted as a strikeout.
Now, this dude, think about this. Gage Wood, 19 strikeouts, and he was a hit by pitch away from a perfect game.
Wow. Well, good for him. Good for Arkansas. They got a good team. They really do. You know, UCLA is still alive too, by the way.
Yeah, them
team
guys.
that beat UTSA. So they're still alive. I guess, I don't know, do you take that as a good thing? If that team beats your team, do you hope that they go on and win the whole thing? Because at least you can say you got beat by the champ.
Do you give a damn?
No,
No.
not really.
No.
Not really.
No. I at this point, what we just saw today, and it's been on, but I didn't realize what was happening until Pledge told us a little while ago. But for me, at this point, there's not a Texas team in the CWS. I have no rooting interest. So I want to see something that you don't see very often or you've never seen before, like the history we just saw from Gage Wood.
Yeah, that's outstanding. So that's fun to see. And good for that young man. You know he's got to be thrilled, obviously. And Arkansas is still alive and could win the whole thing now.
See, now those guys eliminated Tennessee on their way, so I'm happy for that. How about that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why not?
Sure.
I can't root for Arkansas, but I'm rooting for Gage Wood.
Gage?
Gage Wood.
Gage?
Yeah. You got teased.
You don't think everybody with the last name Wood at some point got teased? Have you ever heard
sure.
some of the stories from Kerry Wood?
That's funny. Kerry Wood. Gage Wood.
Keep putting that wood down. And that's what he did tonight. 19 Ks.
He laid that wood tonight, that's for sure.
Well, actually, he kept the other team from.
What?
They didn't get any wood on it.
Well, I'm just, yeah. He, yes. Mm-hmm. Good for them. Good for them. Oh, my goodness. That's fun to see. No doubt about it. What else would be fun to see is if Indiana can win this game tonight. I've truly jumped on the Pacers bandwagon. Here we go.
I told you Oklahoma City in 6. That's still very much in play.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be. Because this should be an elimination game tonight.
But
the Pacers blew it.
Or SGA just flat stole it. In all honesty. Now, you could go Scott Foster theories, the extender, he's got a nickname for a reason, 71 free throws, blah, blah, blah. Down the stretch, SGA was incredible, and Oklahoma City made their free throws, and Indiana did not. That's the bottom line, right?
No, absolutely.
Indiana blew it, but couldn't you say the same thing about, game 1 when Oklahoma City had a lead and Indiana came back? Because, Indiana comes back, and it's a great comeback. Indiana loses a lead, and they blew it. You don't want to give Oklahoma City the same credit.
Depends on who you're rooting for.
Or who you bet on.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle even said that was nonsense about Scott Foster.
He's buying calls for tonight. I'm getting in good with the refs.
Well, sure, but that's not going to happen. They're in Oklahoma City, and I don't know who the officials are for tonight's game, but look, if it's a foul, it's a foul. It depends, right? I want consistency. If you're going to let these guys play and be physical, let them be physical. If you're going to call that stuff, then call it, but just be consistent with it. Was a lot of fouls in that game.
Way too many fouls.
Yes.
Again, 71 free throws. I saw on one of the stats, I think 51 was the previous game. And nobody is tuning in to watch a bunch of free throws.
No.
But if you're getting them, you've got to make them. But you're right. A good portion of that game, Indiana, I thought, was going to win this thing. Win the game and then ultimately win the series. That game at one point was what it was, that Stephen A. Smith was more interested in his solitaire game while the game was going on.
I saw that.
And then dude tried to say, I can multitask during timeouts. Then you see there's video of him. And the game was actually going on. Now, granted, a lot of us were probably playing solitaire while watching that game too. Apparently, we all play solitaire. That is pretty funny, though.
Well, I think it's hilarious, and the fact that somebody caught him on, where there's evidence of it, I think is that's fun. Hey, come on, Stephen A. I bet he's going to pay attention tonight.
He's got no. The fact that they had two dudes dressed as Dumb and Dumber with big old necklaces, chains, or whatever, with the faces of Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. After he was told by some he doesn't know basketball, and then he's caught playing solitaire. That is pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
It is pretty funny.
I could see tonight either being a complete OKC ass whooping, or it's going to be close all the way to the end. And I know that's pretty out there, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I could see Oklahoma City, kicking their butt pretty good tonight.
I don't know. Indiana has shown so much fight this entire postseason and we've learned watching the Pacers, 20-point lead is not safe. So even if Oklahoma City does get out to a big lead tonight, I don't know if it's safe. I don't know that you're going to see that blowout. And the importance of a Game 5 when a series is tied 2-2, while I've said Oklahoma City in 6, Oklahoma City's not going to lose 3 games. I don't know that the Pacers lose 2 in a row. The way this thing is going right now, I fully expect 7, even though my original prediction was 6, and I'm standing with that until I can't.
Well, I'd like to see 7.
Yeah.
That's because I honestly don't really care who wins the game or the series, but I have kind of been on that the Pacers bandwagon a little bit. Pascal Siakam. I always sound like I'm drunk when you say that. It's Pascal Siakam. I love saying that dude's name. He's been the best player on the Pacers squad.
He has, not Tyrese Halliburton, which is a bit of a surprise.
Well, and Tyrese needs to play. And look, again, I'm not sure that Tyrese's game is built for saying I'm going to take over the game. I just don't know that he can do that. We said that before. I think it was Game 3. We said that he needs to be more aggressive. I'm not sure that that's his game and that that's something that he's comfortable doing.
To your point, yeah. But what you just say, he's got to play his game.
Mm-hmm.
But he needs to play the way he has played in the fourth quarters and the first quarters, second quarter. If he could be more consistent, that's going to help Indiana go a long way. The real question is what role players are going to step up and for who. You know, the fact that you've got 2 20-point games from Alex Caruso in this series. Nobody had that on their bingo card. No, nobody. But in big moments, a guy that's won a ring knows what it takes, and he's not afraid of the stage. He's not afraid of the moment.
I love guys like Alex Caruso, and I think every team needs a guy like that who is not out looking for the stardom. He's not out looking to, look at me. He's just doing whatever he has to do to make a difference. And Alex Caruso is one of those guys. I mean, he can defend, he can rebound, and as you can see, he can score. And so every team needs a guy like Alex Caruso. It reminds me of a guy like Mario Elie back in the day, or Robert Horry or something. Later in his career, obviously, when he was with San Antonio. And every team needs a guy like that. I think maybe that's what the Spurs were always thinking with a Jeremy Sohan, that type of player, perhaps, like an Alex Caruso.
Maybe, but what I know you're on Indiana. 9.5 is such a big number.
That's a lot.
That's a big
number. I've taken Indiana in every game in this series, so I'm 2-2 right now, betting-wise. So tonight is my game 5, so we'll see what happens.
And here's the thing. They're 2-2 in the wins and losses straight up and against the spread. I mean, think about that, right? That's hard to do. But I think in a game like this, you can talk about role players all you want. Got to come back to your stars.
Sure.
Halliburton has to play well. Kendrick Perkins was talking about that on ESPN. Halliburton has to step up tonight.
When you get this late into the postseason, this late into a series, it's not about X's and O's. It's about who wanted the most. And now it's time for Tyrese Halliburton to return the favor, right? It's time for him to put together 48 minutes of great basketball, of being aggressive. Now it's time for him to have his legacy moment. I ain't talking about picking it up in spurts or hitting a clutch shot at the end. I'm talking about from start to finish, he needs to put this Indiana team on his back and shine on the road. T.J. McConnell, Ben Mathurin, they got them a win at home, game 3. It's time for the others, Tyrese Halliburton, Myles Turner, Pascal Siakam. This is their time to perform on the road and get their lick back in the crucial game 5.
I just don't know if Halliburton is that guy. I'm not sure that he's that guy. He's not that can put a team on his back. He's more of a distributor, getting everybody else involved. I think if you want a guy like that for Indiana, it's got to be Siakam. He's the guy. Let him take over. I think Myles Turner can be a big factor too. And we've already seen Mathurin. I mean, he can step up and light it up when he needs to. Can he do that again? But I'm just not sure that's Halliburton's game to do what Big Perk just asked him to do.
I look at what Perk is saying, but Halliburton can have impact even if he's not scoring, and that's with the assist. Although with the assist, that means somebody else is making the shot.
Sure.
It's the smart pass that leads to the quick shot. There's a headline on Yahoo that I saw earlier, and I just went back to it just to kind of make sure I read it right. Quote, a lot of us haven't been this late into the season. Then the question, is fatigue setting in? And while you want to laugh at that, it's the finals. Everybody's tired. Everybody's beat up. If you're Indiana and you're talking that way, it's almost like you're already done, right? But can Halliburton find that extra energy? And one of the things, and again, I know today's NBA, the way it's played, but you look at SGA. SGA gets all those mid-range shots where Halliburton is always looking for the crazy 3. Even when he's in the paint, it looks like he's passing up a 2 to pass the ball, or he'll take steps backwards to get behind a 3. Sometimes, man, just watching some mid-range go in will give you the better confidence and get you going. There is nothing wrong with 2s. Ask the MVP.
No, I'm totally with you. Just seeing the ball go through the basket sometimes will give you that confidence. Shams Charania had just tweeted something out that I didn't realize. I don't know if you did or not, but he says ABC is airing the Thunder Pacers starting lineup introductions ahead of Game 5 tonight. First time starting introductions will be broadcast at the final since 2013. I had no clue. Interesting. That was obviously Spurs and Heat.
It was. Well, in the finals, logo on the floor ended in 2014. And a lot of people have been bitching about that. What I find interesting with the finals on ABC, there's been nothing special about it. There's nothing different about this finals. You know, when you're watching the game, if you didn't know it was the finals, other than the logo on the score bug, that's the TV term for where the score is in the clock, right? Score bug. You wouldn't know it's the finals. There's been nothing special, nothing different. Then they tried to superimpose the trophy and the logo on some of the shots on TV, which looked cheesy. Player introductions are such a big part of every other finals, any championship. You watch the Stanley Cup, it feels big and different than a normal broadcast. The Super Bowl is what it is. The college football playoffs, you see that. Major League Baseball during the World Series. This ABC crew, from the broadcast, the pregame show, the halftime show, I mean, there really feels nothing special, but player introductions during the finals are different, are cooler. I'm kind of glad that they're finally doing it for Game 5.
I wonder, is that an ABC decision or is that an Adam Silver call? Hey, can we do this to kind of spice things up? Because look, I hate to criticize my colleagues in this business, but that pregame show sucks.
It does.
I mean, it's just boring as hell. And I to be fair, it's hard to make it like TNT, and because TNT's head and shoulders above anything.
Yep.
And so to be fair to them, it's difficult to do that. But it's just blah.
Well, it's blah. There's not any kind of extended pregame. They brought in Magic the other night, right? But for the most part, I mean, you got Perk, you got Malik Andrews, you got Stephen A. You go, and I know you don't watch the Stanley Cup. You know who they brought in? Wayne freaking Gretzky.
Well, there you go.
Right? I mean, you know, it and the NHL broadcasts over on TNT, it feels big. You understand the magnitude of what you're watching. It's just not another Monday night game in Oklahoma City. So,
but they make Monday night games in Oklahoma City fun. I mean, that's what they do. But you're right. I mean, it should be bigger. It should have, you know, all the pomp and circumstance. And I bet you Adam Silver had something to do with this. I'm just spitballing, but I bet he did.
I mean, Adam Silver or ABC, because, you know, a lot of the national media reporters, that Andrew Marchman guy from The Athletic and Awful Announcing and some of those, they've just been hammering the boring broadcast.
Yep.
These broadcasts don't separate from anything else. And then you get, you know, I mean, Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke. I mean, you know, and as great as Mike Breen is, since they broke up the great team with Van Gundy and Jackson and Breen, he is not the same level. And you realize, you know, where's Kevin Harlan? Right? I mean,
man.
you know.
He can make any game pretty exciting as well. You know, this is not just a typical Monday, Jason Minix. It is a mellow Monday here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We'll get mellow because it's Monday, and it's a mellow Monday when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District knows that life moves fast, and the last thing you want is to miss out due to an illness. Vaccines are safe and help your immune system fight off serious disease that can stop or change your plans. They protect you, the people you love, and can prevent you from getting sick. Let's get vaccinated, because when it comes to your health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
To...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is a huge Game 5 in the NBA Finals tonight. Pacers, Thunder tied at 2 games apiece. The game tonight in Oklahoma City. You can catch it right here on your home for the NBA Finals. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6:30. Massive trade in the NBA announced yesterday. The Memphis Grizzlies send guard Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic in exchange for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 pick swap.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA
champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, if you got the downs on this Monday, we'll never fear, because Joe and Jason are here, and it's Mellow Mushroom Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a good thing. Welcome to the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am Joe. He's Jason. James Pledger in there punching the buttons, and we appreciate you spending a part of your day with us here on the Blitz.
And I know for a lot of you, I mean, Father's Day weekend, be grilled or got to relax, whatever, but yeah, it might be time for a pizza.
Could be.
And it's always time for a good pizza.
And that's a damn good pizza.
Mellow Mushroom's my favorite. Love
They got a hell of
Mushroom.
a happy hour in there, too.
Yeah, they got the best happy hour in the city.
Wow.
We don't generally get to partake in it. Unless it's one of those rare days off that we get once a week around here, or at least me.
Yeah, it'd be a good place to go.
Pledge said I had the hot honey pepperoni on Saturday night.
Wow, hot honey pepperoni.
Was that the name of your date?
It's too bad.
No, I went after going to the simulator since it's right there. It's pepperoni, hot honey, and ricotta cheese.
Wow, sounds
like
good.
Like a spicy hot honey that's on it. It's really good.
That sounds good, actually.
It does,
yeah.
It does sound good.
Not bad.
I don't know that I'd order that one.
Well, I don't know if I'd order that one either, but I like pepperoni.
Well,
big pepperoni.
I'm big pepperoni, but there I get the mighty meter. But the hot honey, over spicy, I'm not doing. But that's one of the things, though. Mellow Mushroom, so many different pizza options, and when somebody orders something that I normally wouldn't, like Pledge, if there's any left, I would certainly try it.
They don't put pineapple on their pizza in there, do they?
If you want pineapple on your pizza, man, they will put pineapple on your pizza. They aim to please there at Mellow Mushroom, even if you're doing it wrong.
Then
and
they're laughing at you in the back.
You would imagine those great pizza bakers in the back are like idiots. But that's what they want, pineapple on their pizza.
Hey,
Like
whatever.
my neighbor Hal, he loves that stuff.
I don't understand it. But it's
mean,
Hal. I
you
get
understand
it.
Hal,
Sure.
and so it makes a lot more sense.
I'm like you, though. I mean, I kind of like a lot of I want meat on the pizza and some jalapenos. Love a good jalapeno scattered all over a good meaty pizza.
See, I don't. As much as I love jalapenos, I don't like anything green on my pizza, to be honest. I don't want vegetables on my pizza.
As long as I don't want green peppers, those bell peppers.
What is that?
And Maggie loves those things, and I'm like, I got to pick them off.
Well, you don't even taste those things.
No, I hate.
I mean,
you do taste them.
Not really. I mean, that's more decoration.
No, you taste them.
I mean, to a degree, like Pledge doesn't like onion on
see,
anything.
No, I do.
Well,
I'm a big onion fan. Onion on pizza is pretty good.
See, what you're proving, Joe, is everybody has different tastes, and it's okay.
I don't know that it's okay.
Well, I mean, unless you're being forced to share. Like, my wife would love, and we do this at times, she gets, I don't know, all the green crap all over it, and get half one way and half the other, and they'll do that for you.
Sure.
And then you just hope like a random vegetable doesn't end up on.
It always does.
Well,
yeah, that always happens.
I mean, to a degree.
I don't care who the pizza maker is.
The ones over there are pretty good.
Well, they're great.
And at least when we've done this at Mellow Mushroom, the math might not be the even part. It seems like I win with more meats than vegetables. The slices are a little bigger. It's not quite half.
Well, and you'll probably eat more than Joanna anyway.
Oh, probably.
So, I mean, that only makes sense.
But see, they know that.
Well, sure they do. They know that. They know that.
You are. That might, of all the things I've ever seen Pledge right up there on the little notes to us, that might be the most accurate and funny thing that I've ever seen you write. That is spot on. That is so spot on. Joe has no idea what you're talking about, but that is spot on.
Yeah, 'cause I got two brothers and a sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pledge writes up there, Joe acts like he was an only child. It's either my way or it's wrong. See, and as the father of an only child, I get that. I know what I raised. All the arguments you get in with R.J. Ochoa. The reason you and R.J. Ochoa argue so much is because you're both only children. Like my mother raised two only children. If you've met my brother, that would make a lot more sense, if you know what I mean.
Well, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting your brother yet.
Pleasure is not the right word.
Well, okay. I'm not an only child. I'm the oldest, though.
But you act like it.
I'm right, though.
No.
When I'm right, I'm right.
You act like an only child.
But
even as a married man, what you just said about the green peppers with your wife.
Yeah, I got to pick them off. I'm not eating them.
I'm not eating them.
I'm not eating them.
No, I'm not. But the way you say, I'm not eating those.
I'm not eating those.
No, that's gross.
I like what I like. I mean, I'm not going to eat something
but
that somebody else likes.
But you hammer people that don't like what you like.
Well, because they should like what I like because it's perfect.
I mean, dude, you put ketchup on your gravy with chicken fried steak.
Absolutely.
You've lost all credibility in making food suggestions.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's
gross.
It's delicious.
I tried it, remember?
Oh, it's not gross.
Well, it's gross.
It's not gross.
And I tried it.
I had a chicken fried steak last night, in fact, when I got home.
Yeah?
With ketchup and gravy.
From?
Willie's.
Willie's?
Yeah.
Why would you ruin something good? I mean, if you're going to do that to it, just go get one of those frozen Hungry Man dinners and destroy that for $4.
Why would I do that?
Well, because it's not bad and you're ruining it anyway with the ketchup.
Dude, I'm not. It's delicious.
It's not.
It is absolutely delicious.
Here we go.
Yeah, Plank's in there shaking he's never tried it. So at least you did. You had the stones to try it.
I did.
So I appreciate that.
And it wasn't good.
Just like I had to try those gizzards.
And it didn't look good. That's the hard part. When you mix the ketchup and the gravy together, that is not an appetizing look.
Well, see, the way you do it, just real quick.
No,
the way to do it, you cut a piece of chicken fried steak, and it's got gravy on it already, right? A good chicken fried steak will have gravy on it already. And then you got your dollop of ketchup over here on the side, and you just dip the chicken fried steak in the ketchup. So you got ketchup on one side, gravy on the other. Mixes beautiful.
Yes, but after I don't know the third or fourth bite, that ketchup and the gravy have mixed together, and it's not a good look. It's not appetizing.
I don't really care what I think. It's delicious.
I know you do, but trying to convince the rest of the world that that's the right way to do it is not.
If you've never tried it, you need to try it.
Actually,
you
don't.
You need to try it. So if you haven't, you try it, and then if you don't like it, that's fine. You're wrong, but that's fine.
See? I've tried it.
I do that with everything. You do it with chicken strips or steak strips. What else do you eat gravy with? Add a little ketchup. See, I got this from my days in Alice, Texas with Dairy Burger. Although it wasn't ketchup, but it kind of morphed into that. It's gravy, and you pour their salsa in there. Fantastic.
Oh.
Delicious.
Do you think I'm an idiot?
Yeah.
Man. The good old days.
What is Boss Baby?
I have no idea.
Pledge?
It's like an animated show. I believe Alec Baldwin did the voice of the Boss Baby.
Tony Montana on YouTube says, is Joe actually Boss Baby in disguise? I don't know what that means.
I don't know who Boss Baby is
If you
either.
do, you might find that funny.
Yeah. I don't know who Boss Baby is. Tony Montana. Isn't that Scarface? Wasn't that Scarface Pledge? Tony Montana?
Montoya.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think that says Montana.
Well, maybe he's spelling it wrong.
I think the dude's, I mean, it's possible. Who knows? San Antonio?
It could be.
I mean.
Oh, my goodness. You guys eat whatever you want to eat, all right?
Tony says basically the show is a grown man as a baby, basically.
Well.
Yeah. But then again, I think we all fall into that category.
I can't argue with you there, Tony.
Whether it's food. Ever seen a grown man with a cold?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, I like what I like. And, that saying's true, man. You can't keep teaching old dog new tricks. Can't teach me. You're an old dog. Can't teach you. Pledge. He's getting there.
I'll see it like Justin Guerrero writes on YouTube. He's 39. 10 years ago, he started even eating avocados.
See that?
He missed out on all those years thinking it was gross.
See?
And maybe before that, it was gross to you, and then you matured. At some point, Ryan Nagel will mature and quit putting ketchup on everything that he eats like he's 9.
So, Justin, you never had guacamole? Wow. I can't believe that. That is... Guacamole is delicious. All right. I'm just saying. Outstanding.
So anybody want a pizza? We got a $50 gift card to give away.
Put some guacamole on it. I bet they have that.
Mellow Mushroom. You could put guac. You could put ketchup. You can.
Whatever you want.
It's $50. You don't even have to get pizza. You can get one of their calzones.
Wow.
Their burgers.
Or both.
Or, Pledge, a salad.
Oh,
There's all kinds of things you could buy there with $50 from Mellow Mushroom. So let's give away that gift card right now. It's $4.15. Let's give it to caller 15. Why not?
15.
15 for 50.
I love it. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Add the 210 in front of both of those, and you'll be just fine.
Again, he's 9.
Caller number 15. You are going to win a $50 gift certificate to the Mellow Mushroom. That is one heck of a prize, no doubt. How about the Spurs? What kind of prize are they going to get in either free agency or the draft or both? We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
George Gets Justice. It's you versus them. The driver who changed your life. The insurance company dodging your calls. They want to give you up. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they take on insurance giants and they fight to win. No upfront costs, no games. Just the fight for results. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
As down payments get bigger, millions of renters across America feel like they'll never be able to buy a home. So instead of lowering expectations, Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus, helping more renters become owners. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, Jason, I just saw something here. A tweet from Variety.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It says that Tubi is going to pick up Zero Star, the Cam Ward story. 6-part docuseries about this year's NFL #1 pick. How about that?
Man, I'm not at all surprised that somebody is going to do something on Cam Ward. I mean, his story is just such an incredible story. I mean, you're right up there with Kurt Warner, and that turned into movies. I mean,
oh, yeah.
And, man, if he has any success like Kurt Warner, that would be incredible. Tubi, huh?
Tubi, yeah, Tubi.
Yeah, I've
Tubi, or not to be.
It'll be on the Magic Box. That's all that really matters. He is on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix, the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want to ask you a question. Okay. I'm not necessarily talking to you, Joe, but you guys out there.
All right.
I had a dude hit me up yesterday on direct message, and apparently he claims to be a card collecting expert, especially when it comes to Wemby. So wants to do like a weekly segment for, 15, 30 minutes. He can go on and on and on. And I responded back to him, it's not something that we do regularly unless there is something going on that would require a guest. And now the dude is just hammering me, and it's ridiculous, all the different things about the things we do on this show, but people would find it interesting, including that his appearance, we would get more social engagement than we've ever had before. So I don't know. I mean, guy did not do a really good job of convincing me to say, hey, you know what, let's see if there's something here, because he's kind of a
yeah.
But that said, if it's an interesting segment and people want to hear it, I'm down for it.
So you're asking people if they would like a weekly segment on card trading?
Yes.
Well, can I vote first?
Sure.
No.
It's such a small community. If there's something of interest, sure. We would need a go-to expert. Not that we don't have 17 people that claim to do that, or people that we actually could call that, have like big auction houses like that Golden guy.
Yeah, now I know who you're talking about. I've seen him. I think he does card shows.
Yeah.
And it's on Twitter and that kind of stuff. And wish you the best, absolutely. But I don't know about a regular segment on this show.
Well, he just tweeted at us. You guys speak ad nauseum about food and lunch every day, but spending a few minutes on sports cards and memorabilia isn't something you do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you know, the other thing that we don't do is a whole lot of fantasy football talk, like when we're talking about a league. You know, we did that years ago when the station first started. We had, what was it, an 18-team league? And then you realized, you know, 18 people cared about us talking about those leagues. Overall, in specifics, sure. But if there's a rare Wemby card that's found, we're down.
Yeah, I mean, if you got something interesting, I think Wemby's he's upset. He said, where should he get dinner tonight, fellas? I would say the Mellow Mushroom. That's where I'd go.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be a good spot.
That'd probably be a pretty good place to go.
On Friday, come hang out at the Lion and Rose over there in the Dominion. Blitz is going to be live out there Friday from 2 to 6. We're going to have Seether and Daughtry tickets that we're going to give away, all kinds of other prizes, and their fantastic happy hour, including 250 drafts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday, Lion and Rose.
You know, the last time we were out there on a Friday, that place was packed.
Uh-huh.
It really was. It was packed. So, folks having a lot of fun out there. Alexandra even showed up out there. She's on our YouTube page, and so I'm assuming that Alexandra will be back at Lion and Rose this Friday, right, Alexandra?
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, no disrespect, Wemby 210. To you, I'm glad you're doing well with your cards.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Uh-oh. What are you getting now?
Oh, I'm getting all kinds of,
Just from your guy here?
No, a different guy.
Oh, a different guy.
Buddy of mine named Jeff said, imagine trying to get on a show as a guest and talking crap about the show's programming on Twitter.
Yeah, this usually doesn't work out that way, but that's all right. I mean.
The other one says, bro, I've card collected for 45 years. Hell no to a sports card segment. I just sold a $9,000 card and didn't need assistance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Man.
That was the Wookiee.
Good for wow.
Yeah,
good for him.
Wookiee's buying next.
I don't know. You know, look, and Jason and I have our likes and not so much likes, and I never got into card trading as a kid.
You know, I've got some cards now. I don't know if they're worth anything. I know people that collect cards.
Yeah.
I know people that love to go to shows and look at cards and collect them. I've got a good friend, and you know him too, who has one of the most ridiculous Michael Jordan card collections.
Oh, wow.
Right? I mean, his card collection must be worth thousands. He's got them in these cases and, you know, like these, I don't know, gun case looking things. And you open it up and all the cards are in little plastic things and you have to put on gloves to even handle the, I mean, it's incredible. And I know that world is out there. But there's a place for it. You know, I know there's channels where you can open cards on YouTube. Just, you know.
And be surprised?
And be surprised. Well, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're going to get.
Wow.
You know, our friend, you know, over there at Sports Cards and Collectibles. I mean, we've done a lot of business with him through the years, although he's kind of shifted from sports cards to Pokemon cards because the craze there.
Wow.
Yes.
Is that still a thing?
Oh, it's massive.
Pokemon, huh?
Pokemon cards is massive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's something for everybody, right? I mean, if you're into that, good. Congratulations.
But at least we know when there's a big story about it, we got a go-to expert.
We do.
Yes.
We do. So no hard feelings there, my friend. We'll you keep it. Wish you all the success in the world.
So the Texas State Bobcats, and we talked about this last week. There was some rumors, and the president of the university tweeted a photo, and there was beavers in the San Marcos River. You know, is this kind of one of those subliminal things?
The animals?
Yes.
Okay.
It is the San Marcos River.
I know.
I mean, you're alum. You understand.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, you know, Pete Thamel at ESPN has an incredible article that not only says is Texas State being considered, but the front runner and likely football team to move to the Pac-12. But they got to know something pretty soon, at least get the official invite from the Pac-12, because there is a July 1 deadline isn't the right word, but the buyout for Texas State, the move from the Sun Belt, today is $5 million, but on July 1, that buyout price goes to $10 million. So if Texas State's going to move to the Pac-12, they need to know by the end of next week.
And I would think they're going to. I mean, it just seems to make sense for them. And they've been flirting with this, for a while. Then the president does what he does with the Beavers. And so I just think that I think they're going to do it. And good for Texas State. Now, you're not hearing UTSA anymore, and that was kind of the story last week that, UTSA may be involved. Not sure what their buyout is, if anything, or if it would even do them any good to move to the Pac-12. And I hope not, because I like where they're at.
I like where they're at now, unless the TV deal that the Pac-12 is apparently about to sign is far better than what they have in the American. It feels like a lateral move for UTSA. The Pac-12 at one point was very interested in UTSA, and I do think they would like to get more than one Texas school in, but they need 8 to play football, and they don't have that yet by 2026. So, this football season, Texas State would still be in the Sun Belt, knowing they were going to move, but they need to know by this July 1st, because think about that, the buyout for the Sun Belt goes from $5 million to $10 million, and then you wonder how much the new conference, in this case Pac-12, if that's where they end up going, would be willing to help out with that.
Well, look, good for Texas State if that's what happens. But, that same article, Jason, that we found this about Texas State says there could be a lot of movement. Conference USA could have some movement. I think it was Louisiana Tech would move over to the Sun Belt to take Texas State's spot if this happens. So there could be a lot of movement moving forward, and we haven't had any good movement lately.
That's personal.
Well, I'm just saying.
And speak for yourself, too.
I mean, what was it, 2 years ago when the Big Ten stole all the Pac-12 teams, or they defected there, and it hadn't really been a lot of movement. So it's about that time.
Well, and you look at the Pac-12, they didn't get UNLV and Air Force. They stayed in the Mountain West. And so you start wondering, where else are they going to go? Because the domino effect, and from the Sun Belt, Mountain West, some of those other smaller conferences, teams are obviously going to want to move up. Memphis is weird, but Memphis is mentioned is a team that could be on the move. Now, does Memphis move up out of the American, and then what would that mean for the American if they would have to add in? Pac-12 officials have discussed Memphis coming as football only.
That same article says the buyout's about $25 million though in the AAC.
Yeah,
for a Memphis or a Tulane, which is another school that was mentioned. That's a lot of money.
Well, and it also says Memphis made $11 million all in the American last year. That number expected to be ahead of what the Pac-12 will pay its full members, which makes me wonder, is UTSA getting about 11? I don't know if they're up there yet, but kind of some interesting numbers being thrown around.
Yeah, it really are. Look, the Pac-12's got a long way to go, and this is no disrespect to anybody that's joining that league. That's fine if that's good for you, but the AAC is right there on the cusp of a power conference. I mean, when you look at it, it is the best conference that's not SEC, Big Ten, and ACC.
Well, and when you're looking at Conference USA type schools, if UTSA stays in the American, which is what I hope they do at this point when I'm thinking about the Pac-12, because the Pac-12 won't be a Power 5 power conference. Texas State, perfect. You're going from the Sun Belt, close to San Antonio, close to Austin. If they're looking for another school, look at Sam Houston. Sam Houston State in Huntsville kind of gives you a cross between College Station and gives you the Houston market. And at the very least, that would be a big step up for them. Sam Houston, they are finally doing a lot of work renovating the stadium there, Bauer Stadium, which is a cool place to play, but, man, it needed a lot of work. But, they have made the financial investments to go into Division I, Conference USA, so I could see them trying to take that next logical jump like Texas State.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think there will be, some teams jumping around. with this Pac-12 thing, there's going to be some opening in some of these other conferences. So here we go. Let's do this. College football, man. It's I'm ready for that.
Just when you thought realignment was kind of done.
Yeah, it's not done. It is not done. I just hope UTSA stays put. Stay put where you're at. I think you're in a good spot right now. No question about it. Rumors? You got any new ones?
On the Spurs?
On the Spurs?
There's lots of rumors.
As long as that Kevin Durant fella's not involved.
He's involved.
We'll talk about it.
He's involved.
We return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in the books. We'll talk about how it went down and what needs to happen next. And Game 5 of the Stanley Cup tonight. Does it all end here? We'll talk about that and more. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Your marriage is over. You know it, your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton & Associates, an aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
When it comes to vaccines, it's important to get the facts. The City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District knows that life moves fast, and the last thing you want is to miss out due to an illness. Vaccines are safe and help your immune system fight off serious disease that can stop or change your plans. They protect you, the people you love, and can prevent you from getting sick. Let's get vaccinated, because when it comes to your health, it's time to get real about vaccines and get the facts. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Oh, James Pledger spinning the platters today.
The platters, eh?
The platters. That good music.
It's in the platters.
Oh, well, they used to call records platters. Pledge many moons ago.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the group that was popular.
No. See, they used to be
when you used to spin platters.
There used to be something called DJs.
There still are DJs.
They would spin platters, like albums.
Yes.
Right. They called them platters.
Records.
Yeah. Albums. Yeah, they still call them albums, don't they?
They do. It's vinyl.
No.
It's making a comeback.
I'm just saying, if say Metallica has a
new album
coming, they call it an album.
Yes.
They don't call it a new
or
Spotify or a new Apple Music or I'm right. I mean, it's an album, but you can't physically go buy an album of Metallica.
I mean, you can.
You can?
Yeah, in fact.
If it's a new release?
They just released last week remastered from the Load album, and you can buy the album. You can buy this whole box set for like $249. There's all kinds of stuff you can get.
Did you buy it?
No.
Why not?
I do actually have a record player at home, and I've got a couple of albums, and vinyl is making a comeback.
Well, that's good. I mean,
when was the last time? It's a bad question for you, Ryan Nagel. When was the last time, Joe, you were in Hog Wild Records down on San Pedro near Sac? 1990 what?
If I knew there was a Hog Wild record down
come on.
Sac, I've never been in there.
You've never been in Hog Wild Records?
No, I have not. I haven't. Is that like a rule I'm supposed to, or
Where'd you get your music, Sam Goody?
Walmart.
Where did I get my music when I was a kid?
Yeah.
I don't know. They just magically appeared. I have no
Hastings?
idea. I had a stack of 45s when I was a kid.
You got to explain what that is for the younger audience.
Oh, a 45 was not an album. It was one song.
Well, it is an album. It's a little 45 record.
It's a record.
And then the B-side. And you bought the hit, but it was always magic. What was on the B-side?
Well, it'd be another song.
It would be, but a less popular song that they were hoping would be popular.
Sure. But I'd spend a lot of time spinning those platters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because, you had the thing where the records were up there and one would just drop at a time. Doop, doop, doop. And it was perfect. So it'd be kind of like having Spotify now. The songs just keep playing. Those were the days, man.
Wasn't it annoying, though, when there's a song you wanted to hear, trying to find it on the vinyl?
No.
Oh, no, that was easy on vinyl.
That's all we had.
If you knew you were trying to go to, I don't know, song 6, you just had to count the lines and you knew where to start it. It was on a cassette tape that it was always a pain in the ass when you were trying to get to the 4th or 5th song.
I remember those days, too.
Yeah.
That was always cool.
Or when you were trying to record music off the radio and, catch it right at the beginning when the DJ wasn't talking.
That never worked out too well, recording music off the radio.
Did you ever make a mixtape for your girlfriends?
I might have done it for myself. I don't know. Not for my girlfriends, no. Dude, back in the day.
Full of Air Supply.
Chicago. Bread.
Bread? The hell?
Look up Bread. And next time you want to get frisky with some chick.
Uh-huh.
Put that on.
Really?
She'll melt in your
Bread,
arms,
huh?
Pledge.
Yeah.
Look, I know women love carbohydrates as much as anyone else. But
Do they? Most of them try to go keto to stay away from all the carbs. They only want bread coming out of their speakers.
I'm telling you, yeah. Advice from your old Uncle Joe. You want to get lucky, Pledge? Throw on some bread.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Uncle Joe's How to Get Laid from the 1970s playlist.
It worked every time. That's I ought to do that.
What happened? She ran out screaming. Well, did you play some bread? Yeah.
Dude, if you've never heard
sourdough?
it, Pledge, I'm telling you, you should play some, and you might fall in love with yourself.
Are you baking bread, or what's rising here?
That's the name of the band.
The band?
Bread, yes.
And what is their hit song? Crustables?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember song names.
Artesian.
You guys are hilarious. I'm looking.
Somebody Google and send us
No,
some
I got
bread.
I got it right here.
Yeah, Joe's trying to Google and talk at the same time, man. This is going to end well.
It's difficult. I remember. It don't matter to me. Make it with you. You see that? Make it with you.
And Pledge is showing us pictures of bread.
There's some bread.
Lost without your love.
Is that, a foot long over there? It's quite a loaf you have.
Well, don't take. Yeah, that's what she said. Don't take my advice. All right, that's fine. You guys, Pledge, you want to go home solo every night? That's fine with me.
That's what he's used to.
Well, there you go. You see that? Maybe it's time you try something different.
Bread.
Just saying.
Look, Pledge, next time you go to Picks, have some bread on the playlist when you leave, because she will at least be of that age group.
Yeah, very popular in Picks.
So I've been told.
She's got to remember to grab her purse and her teeth, but she's going to be ready.
Good old Uncle Joe's Picks playlist.
Works every time. Mm-hmm. See, now Coyote says bread was slow yacht rock. I didn't even know that term until I started working here. Yeah.
See, because you just thought it was rock and roll music. You didn't realize they had a term.
No, it
John
wasn't.
Robbins wants to know, didn't Bread sing that Chevy Van song from the 70s?
I don't know. Chevy Van? Maybe.
Down by the river?
Down by the river. I thought that was, what's his name?
Yes, that was Chris Farley.
Chris Farley.
Ding! John Robbins is the best researcher I know.
Yeah?
And the fact that he's asking the question and not finding the answer tells me what I need to know about bread.
Well, why is that? He can't find it.
You were
or what?
Googling. Did you find it?
I did. I told you all the names of those songs right there.
Oh, those were song names?
Those were song names.
I thought you were just talking.
No.
Well, what were the songs?
Oh, dude.
I thought Pledge would be playing some bread by now.
Yeah, he should be.
I'm trying to find it.
You're not trying to find it. You've got sourdough up there. It looks like some artesian bread. It looks like you're ready for a party.
Well, I'm hungry.
When are you not?
Kevin Durant coming to San Antonio just kind of makes me...
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of bread involved to get him here.
There sure is.
Yes.
Of the green variety. Yeah, y'all don't want to listen to my advice. That's fine.
We're talking Kevin Durant now.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
Focus.
I don't want to take that advice, too. I don't want him here. All right, all the ladies are melting right now.
Oh, my God. This is awful.
Oh, turn it up. It's Kevin Durant's intro music. Hang on.
Dude, I can picture that back seat now.
You did not. Nobody has ever had sex to this song.
Nobody got laid to this.
Nobody.
Well, I'm not saying, dude, I was in elementary school, for God's sake. just made out.
And you didn't make out to this song either.
Yes.
You didn't.
Dude, I'm telling you.
No, you got Air Supply, Journey.
My home. I almost remember some of the words to that.
Almost.
That's like every song, Joe. I mean, you're still mad at Journey for singing the wrong song when they were singing the right song, but you had the wrong words.
Well, it's that dude that they got to replace Steve Perry. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's pretty obvious.
Who do I believe?
I was there.
Yeah. Top of my life. I was singing great, and that dude just tried to go off on his own. I just sing it right.
You were singing the wrong song.
I was not.
We talked about it then. Even your wife, my wife, everybody around us was mad at you for singing the wrong song.
Nobody did that. I don't remember that.
Was he singing "Don't Stop Believing" and they were singing "Wheel in the Sky"?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
We've gone down a rabbit trail here. Fellas, that's what it's called in the business. Just right down that old hole.
So,
I
want me some glory hole.
Yes.
It is the absolute glory hole.
You know, I bet Jerry was a little too old for bread. That dude, he's probably making out to Buddy Holly or somebody.
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly?
Again, somebody that you probably could make out to. You know? That and the Big Bopper.
Now, that's a little bit before my time. You see, Havoc 80 says at the old folks' home, bread goes hard. Dude.
It's called stale, sir.
Well,
that's different.
Well,
that's very, very different.
It gets hard.
It's different.
It gets hard.
Well, some people pay extra for that.
Well,
but
have you heard the stories out of these old folks' homes?
Yes.
The sexual diseases they're passing in this place are off the chart.
I mean, that's why you're excited to get there.
No, I'm not. I'm good where I'm at. I'm happy.
For now.
Yeah, I'm happy.
For now.
I'm just saying, you know, Jacob Eric on our YouTube page says that might do it. It would. I'm telling you.
What would do it?
It's
Bread.
not going to do it.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not going stale, I can tell you that.
Well, I don't know. Are we talking about this segment?
I don't know. You want to talk card collecting?
No. Maybe now I do. That sounds pretty damn exciting.
So, Kevin Durant, San Antonio. There are, and look, we're a little more than a week from the draft. The rumor mill is going to heat up.
Yep.
Kevin Durant, according to reports, has 3 teams that he wants to go to: San Antonio, Houston, and Miami. San Antonio apparently has made an offer for Kevin Durant that was rejected by the Phoenix Suns.
It was a counteroffer to the Suns. The Suns put an offer out, which was totally ridiculous. The Spurs countered that, and the Suns turned that down.
That doesn't mean the Spurs are out of it. But I do appreciate, because I want Kevin Durant in San Antonio for the right price. What they apparently offered in their counter, I'm down with. What Phoenix wants, ain't no way in hell. Now, I don't expect Phoenix to offer or make an initial offer that is acceptable. In their counter, if they think they can get more. You know, apparently Minnesota has been the most aggressive, and Kevin Durant wants nothing to do with going to Minnesota.
What a baby.
Well,
dude, that's just babyish.
Is it?
Well, yeah.
Would you want to go to Minnesota?
Yes. If I'm making as much money as Kevin Durant, yes, I'd go anywhere. I'd play in Poteet tonight if I'm making that kind of money.
I'd rather go to Poteet. They got wonderful strawberries than I would Minnesota in the winter.
To me, that's the most ridiculous thing. So yeah, I only want to go to these teams because I'm Kevin Durant. I'm a big baby. I only want to go to certain places.
Now,
when Minnesota might be the best team out of all of them.
When De'Aaron Fox forced his way here, you had no problem with that.
He didn't say, I'm not going there or doing this.
He said, I'm only going to San Antonio, make it happen.
Well, there you go.
And they did.
Well,
these players have that kind of power.
Well, Phoenix obviously doesn't think so.
Not yet.
Because they want to fleece the Spurs.
But they're not going to. Not a deadline yet. If Kevin Durant wants San Antonio, then ultimately Phoenix will cave, and San Antonio has that leverage. And I appreciate San Antonio not overpaying for Kevin Durant. You know, the counteroffer, what was it, 14, Harrison Barnes and Devin Vassell and a couple of second-rounders?
Uh-huh.
That's done. You know, when you see Bain get traded, there's 4 number ones in that.
Jeez.
I mean, that's think about Luka got 1 first-round pick in return, right?
Nico Harrison doesn't general manage the Spurs, thank God.
So when you look at it, right? When you look at it, as much as I want Kevin Durant at the right price, I appreciate the Spurs from this article rejecting Phoenix's initial offer and their counteroffer. Okay, but is that still a better offer than what they're getting from Houston? Miami, I don't know what Miami can offer. So until it's done, Spurs can still be in play. We've seen nothing that says the Spurs are out of the Kevin Durant sweepstakes.
Other than they've got more sense than to do that. It just doesn't make any sense for them to do that. Kevin Durant is not going to put this team over the top. So what are you doing? You're renting Kevin Durant just so the fans go crazy. Yay, we got Kevin Durant. It does this team no good in the long run. Not any good. It's kind of like Chris Paul. All right, he was a great teacher. Oh, yeah, he did that. What'd that get us? Nothing. Kevin Durant, it makes no sense to the long-term success of this ball club. It makes absolutely no sense to me.
When you say long-term, you're talking 3-5 years from now, or
I'm talking.
You know, it does make sense for the short term because the Spurs need a 3-point shooter, and you add De'Aaron Fox, you got Steph Castle, that Wemby guy, and you add a legit 3-point shooter. They're not going to be done. They're still going to go get another big, and they still have the number 2 pick in the draft, whether it's Dylan Harper or they turn that into something else. That is a team that can compete with Oklahoma City next year.
Well, Dylan, did you hear what you just said?
I did.
Honestly.
Yes.
Kevin Durant puts this team over the top. That's the missing piece, Kevin Durant.
Did I say that, or I said they can compete with?
Well,
and what you need is somebody to compete with. There's nobody out there that they can go get that's going to put them over the top. You got to be in the mix. One, you got to be a playoff team and be in the mix.
Okay.
Kevin Durant will give you that.
So for 1 year, Kevin Durant will give you that, and then what are you going to do?
But you get. He's got 2 years left on his deal.
Well,
and
it's a player option.
He's
You don't
not
know that.
opting out of $55 million.
You don't know that he won't do that.
If he's wanting to come to San Antonio, I'd assume that means that he wants to opt in. He also apparently wants a long-term deal, which I would be against doing.
Of course.
If
the man's 37 years old. 37.
Yeah, averaged 27 points a game last year.
Yeah, to me, that just makes absolutely no sense.
27
points. When you can go out and get 2 or 3 players for what it's going to take for a Kevin Durant and start to put some veterans. I'm not talking about young guys. I'm talking about veteran players. You go get them and you solve your problems. And if they're going to keep Dylan Harper.
Do those 2 or 3 guys put you over the top?
I think they do, yeah. A hell of a lot better than just one player. If you go get, say, a Cam Johnson, for example, or even the guy from Utah.
Lauri Markkanen?
Lauri Markkanen. You're talking about, getting some players that are still in their prime, that are young, that you can move forward with.
Lauri Markkanen, I was all over except for his contract now and what Utah wants in return. The Spurs need a solid 3-point shooter.
What does Utah want in return? I haven't seen
everything under the sun. They want picks. They want players.
Really?
And you've got to take on the problem. The problem that I see with Lauri Markkanen's deal now is his contract.
Okay.
The current Durant contract lines up perfectly for when you're going to have to pay Wemby, then you're going to have to pay Castle, and then eventually Dylan Harper. But with Lauri Markkanen, can the Spurs afford Lauri Markkanen, Wemby, and Castle on big deals, plus some of the other contracts that they're likely to acquire?
So
Lauri Markkanen's contract to me makes him not a viable candidate for the Spurs.
So just so I'm clear, Kevin Durant, you're going to bring him here, and he's going to play for 2 years. He's going to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, because he'll pick up the option, and he'll be okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. So if Houston offers him an extension,
he'll end up in Houston.
Then that's where he needs to be. That'd be a great place for him. I think it's a mistake. I think Kevin Durant, in a lot of ways, he's a good player. I won't argue that, but he got a coach fired in Phoenix.
Okay.
All right, and is that what you want Mitch Johnson to deal with? I don't. He's a prima donna.
Uh-huh.
He's the most unhappy. You've said this.
Yeah.
The most unhappy rich guy on the planet.
He is.
Why do you want him in San Antonio?
Because he can knock down threes.
Oh my God.
He's a sniper.
He hasn't done
I can't stand
anything
the dude off the court,
lately.
but he is a sniper. He averaged 27 points a game last
Okay,
year.
and
He's 40.
where did that get Phoenix?
40.
Nothing.
Okay.
It got them nothing.
Uh-huh.
It didn't. Did they go anywhere? Now they want to implode their whole thing because that's what Kevin Durant does.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Durant it didn't work in Phoenix.
No.
But Durant to me is fine, and he's exactly what they need. Now, would I rather have a Devin Booker? Sure. But Kevin Durant for 2 years? Absolutely.
So he
I'd
needs
be
another
down for that.
guard. Let's just load up on all guards.
And then we draft Dylan Harper.
We're going to have guards all over the place. Who needs big guys?
It's positionless basketball.
Let's cut Wemby in half and get 2 players.
Can we do that?
How about that?
He keeps growing. We might have to.
May have to do that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like that. That was good.
What's that?
What do y'all think?
210.
Yes.
656-3776.
Would you want Kevin Durant here? Is he the guy that you think it fits perfectly for what the Spurs want to do right now? I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching on YouTube, our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, you can comment there. You can get Minix at Jason Minix on Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. I want to hear from the folks, from the people. What do y'all want? We'll hear from you when we return here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for The Blitz, 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportsstar.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, Tinsley, why don't we use EasyCater to order food for staff lunches?
Because my 46-page acronym system is so easy. I just have to salad, stay alert to late arriving deliveries, pie, put in expenses, and Google Pie. Go out and get everyone's preferences and allergy information.
That's supposed to be simple?
No, simple is Steven, Irma, and Margie prefer lasagna and empanadas.
OMG.
No need to make work life more complicated. Just use EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
In the 80s, everyone was breaking. Break dancing, that is. Lots of moves, spins, flashy colors, and a whole lot of cardboard. Breaking in the 80s was good, but breaking now, not so good. That's why Dave Ramsey recommends Kinetico water softeners in San Antonio and the Hill Country. Seems like many brands of water softeners these days have flashy lights, sounds, and moving parts. Bad news, all those parts are more likely to break and break and break again. With Kinetico water softeners, there are fewer moving parts, and a Kinetico only runs on kinetic energy and is up to 80% more efficient than other competing models. A Kinetico was built to work, not break. That's why a Kinetico is backed by an outstanding 10-year warranty, and right now receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with a trade-in of any water softener, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. With a Kinetico, you'll have water soft as parachute pants on the dance floor.
Kinetico.
TSA.com.
License number 38961.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
April Ansira here from the Ansira Auto Group. Every year, the Texas Yes Project provides thousands of students across the state with free school supplies. And now you can help by entering the Drive Away for Education raffle, proudly sponsored by the Ansira Auto Group. One lucky winner will drive away in a brand new car, truck, or SUV. And countless young Texans will move forward with stronger futures. And we'll be giving away a gas card and shopping spree, plus other weekly prizes. Buy your raffle ticket today at TexasYesProject.org.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, something happened at the College World Series today that hasn't happened in about 65 years. A no-hitter was thrown by a guy named Gage Wood. He plays for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and they went on to beat Murray State today by a score of 3-0. Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder tied at 2 games each. That series returns tonight, Game 5 in Oklahoma City. You can catch it right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, 6:30.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's after 5 o'clock. That means Monday's over. It's done. It's over. It's over.
Does that mean we can go home?
If you're getting off work right now, which we are not,
yeah,
it's over for you. Congratulations. Not quite over for us yet. And then, well, Pledge has probably got a little 30-minute show coming up. You got a show, Pledge? Before the NBA Finals Game 5 tonight from Oklahoma City, which will kick off at 6:30 with the pregame show.
You know, it's going to be a big night in the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Big.
Huge.
On television, they're going to show the player introductions.
Wow.
So make sure you're by the TV early. I'm just curious, instead of Stephen A. at halftime, will they show us Red Panda? Because according to reports, it's Red Panda night at the NBA Finals.
You think Stephen A. will give up his shot at TV for Red Panda? He should, but will he?
No.
I mean, she'd show him up.
Well,
they might pay her $19 million.
I mean, she could be in the background.
Yes.
I wonder if Stephen A. plays solitaire while she's on the court.
I never did. Did you? I mean, she's been around a long time.
No, I mean, she's a legend.
I watched
why it was breaking news. You see her at the arena, man. Halftime, I'm not eating. I'm not leaving. That's the rare halftime show people actually watch.
Absolutely. Well, she's that good. If you don't know who we're talking about, Red Panda is the lady on the unicycle
that flips bowls.
That flips bowls on top of her head. And at the end of the night, it's like a big stack of bowls on top of her head.
A lot of bowls.
Yeah. So if you don't go to the refrigerator at halftime tonight if you're watching the game, just in case Stephen A. gives up some of his FaceTime, for Red Panda.
No, but there'll be a cutaway shot.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. It should be a long cutaway shot and make that halftime show a hell of a lot better. Just saying. You think Charles, maybe he could show up tonight? I mean, he's going to work for ESPN.
He's paid by Turner. He might be there. I mean, he's been a little bit more everywhere.
Wouldn't you like to see just, Shaq, and Charles, and Kenny, just show up and take over?
Why? In all seriousness, the NBA Finals broadcast has just been hammered since Game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the pregame show that ESPN and ABC have, it's been the same for a while, but it never stacks up because it's not what they offer on TNT, which is by far the best. But it does feel like this finals. And you could say because it's Oklahoma City and Indiana, two small markets, but it doesn't feel big. Like the broadcast itself doesn't feel like they're doing it justice to being a championship round. If you're listening on ESPN radio, Kesty does a hell of a job, but you can tell that this series, these games, when you're listening on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, the extra production and everything that they're doing, it feels big. How did ABC television, ESPN television, miss the mark by making these finals broadcasts feel like, a game in February or a game in March?
That's a great question, and I don't know the answer to that. But I think Adam Silver had something to do with tonight. I'm not sure about Red Panda. That was probably already done. But player introductions, first time since 2013. They're going to introduce the players coming out tonight. And I just think he suggested to ABC or talked to somebody and say, hey, we need to spice this thing up a little bit, and let's try this.
Well, I mean, caving to media pressure, I mean, that Andrew Marchman from The Athletic used to write for one of the New York papers, one of the biggest media critics out there, has just been hammering it. But even on social media, just there's not the big appeal. And ESPN knows what they're doing. I mean, watching the College World Series, it feels so different than what we were seeing in the super regionals or in the regular regionals. I mean, I just don't know how the NBA crew completely missed on this with everything that they've been doing.
Yeah, it's a great question, and look, I like all of those people up there. I mean, it's not anything personal against any of them, but it just doesn't have that same excitement. And maybe it's unfair that we criticize the four folks that sit up there on a nightly basis because the TNT show is so good. It's so much better than everything else, and that's what you expect. Because, look, I watch a game in, December or January on TNT, and I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see what those guys are going to say and how they're going to handle it. And you just don't get the same thing with ABC.
Now, I realize they're, especially with Stephen A., they're paying him a lot of money. But the information is generally good. The segments are short, a lot of commercials, which is a concern that a lot of people had when TNT was coming over. Don't let ESPN screw with what they do at Turner because those guys can't do what they do in a 3.5-minute segment before going to a 3-minute commercial break, right? I mean, they can't. But I do wonder, though, I'm not seeing anything pregame or halftime that I didn't see this morning on First Take, that I didn't see throughout the day, and it's the same dudes, right?
Yeah,
and
it is.
So I wonder, you watch the Super Bowl broadcast, it might be, depending on what network has it, the same people. They have so many different people coming in and out. I just wonder how much of that plays into it, because what is Stephen A. saying, at 7 o'clock at night that I didn't hear at 9:30 this morning?
No, it's true. It's probably the same stuff. I mean, he's not going to change his opinion one way or the other. What he thinks about it. I don't know. And again, I like Malika Andrews. I mean, she's shiny.
But they didn't do anything to step up the game for being in the finals. We're asking all these players, dude, it's the finals. You're going to have to step it up. Halliburton, you're going to have to carry this team tonight. It's a big game in Game 5. Hey, SGA, you're the MVP. You stepped it up in the fourth quarter the other day. This broadcast has done nothing to step up their game from the regular season.
Amen. I agree with you. You are absolutely right. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And it's sad that that's the case. I did see a tweet, and I was trying to find it, and I'm going to just kind of paraphrase it, that the NBA Communications put out a tweet talking about the ratings. And they said it was the biggest ratings in prime time. Now, that's to me is not saying a lot because people don't watch primetime shows anymore. And live sporting events are still the most popular of anything. So they're trying to get out in front of it, the NBA is. They're trying to say, hey, we're not doing as bad as everybody's saying we're doing. But if you're watching on a regular basis, you know that they are. They're not. So
yeah.
It's pretty sad. There's no question about that. We were talking Spurs rumors, and I don't know how you feel about Kevin Durant coming to San Antonio. You can still chime in on that as well. And some interesting things happening at UTSA. Pat Hallmark, said to be the front runner for a new job. The baseball coach for the Roadrunners, said to be the front runner out there in Southern California. We're talking about it when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential, or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission, sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. As far as your AC is concerned, it's middle of June. You want to make sure that it can perform at its highest level throughout the hot summer months ahead. Make sure it's tuned up and ready. The Lucky 7's AC tune-up for just $77 is still available to you, so you can hit the jackpot with comfort. It's a 7-point AC inspection that will keep your system running cool and smooth. So call Quartermoon, whether it's for the tune-up on your AC or an emergency situation. One number, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or check their website, quartermoonplumbing.com.
Does this sound like your marriage? Wake up and realize that there's a better life waiting. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. At Barton & Associates, we specialize in navigating the complexities of divorce law, protecting your best interests, and ensuring you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but here's the thing. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control of the process and secure your future. If you're serious about protecting yourself and securing your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team you need. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. If you're tired of this, then start your better life today with Barton & Associates. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Violence prevention is injury prevention.
911, what's your emergency?
Keep guns locked, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms are the leading cause of death for people under 20. Never leave a gun in your vehicle. Stolen firearms are often used in other crimes. In a moment of conflict, don't let a split decision become a lifetime of regret. Never celebrate with gunfire. It's dangerous and illegal. Prevent an injury, store guns safely. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
It's summer. Time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
South Texas summer is no joke. With temperatures in the triple digits, your roof takes a beating. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're local, family-owned, and ready to help. Get a free, no-obligation roof inspection from a team that knows South Texas weather. Whether it's commercial or residential, a small repair, or a whole new roof, get peace of mind with Stevens Roofing. Call 210-785-0994 today. Stevens Roofing has you covered. Sometimes it's what you got to do, Minix. Just keep going.
Push through.
Yeah, push through. But then sometimes to do that, you gotta have a little fuel in your gut.
You know, a lot of Spurs fans often bring up during this playoff drought, they miss free coffee.
I do.
After playoff wins. You know, as a non-coffee drinker, it never really affected me. They didn't offer an alternative for the non-coffee drinkers. But with draft day next week, the Spurs tweet out, "What a collab." This is great. On draft day, next Wednesday, June 25th, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., what a draft. Start your day off with a free honey butter chicken biscuit on the Spurs.
How about that?
Now, there are 4 Whataburgers in San Antonio that are participating and 4 in Austin that are participating. So you got to go to the right one, and it also says while supplies last. But you can get yourself a free honey butter chicken biscuit next Wednesday.
Now, it looks like they cover, at least in San Antonio, I don't know Austin that well to know where those are, but in San Antonio, it looks like they cover kind of every side of town, right? I mean, you've got Interstate 10, which looks like, I think I know the exact one they're talking about there right at the rim. And you got Roosevelt Avenue, you got Cypress Street, and you got Broadway. So it sounds like they got most.
I mean, there's 4 locations. I don't know why they're not doing this at all of them. Because you imagine there's going to be somebody that goes to one on I-10 and says, well, it says I-10. Well, there's like 80 of them.
Yeah.
Which one?
That one looks like the one way out in the rim area. You know what I'm talking about. There's a McDonald's there. There's a Chick-fil-A there. And they're right in the middle is a Whataburger.
All right.
Yeah. I know where that one is. Pretty sure I do. But I'm glad they're doing it. And that's a good idea. Good for them. If you like that, the honey butter chicken biscuit.
You a fan?
Not really.
You going to go get one anyway?
I'm not a biscuit guy all that much. Yeah, I'd rather just have a bun. Like when I go to Whataburger for breakfast, I get a breakfast on a bun. You ever heard of that? They're delicious.
I like that.
But if it's free, I'll stomach the biscuit.
You'll stomach the biscuit. I mean, how do you not like biscuits?
I didn't say I didn't. I'd prefer something else. They just get all flaky. And if I'm having a biscuit, with like eggs and breakfast and just a biscuit alone, then
so like a grandma roll.
I'll butter that biscuit.
Yeah, you're gonna butter that biscuit.
Put a little strawberry jelly on there.
Oh, strawberry jelly, not grape.
That grape's okay, but I prefer strawberry.
Oh, of course you do.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to breakfast sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
All right.
And, like yesterday at the airport in Houston, great Father's Day breakfast at the Wendy's at Houston Hobby.
Sure.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
There you go.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, McDonald's, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get a sausage McMuffin at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good stuff. I'm hungry. It's
anybody
about
want
dinner
breakfast
time,
for dinner now?
Yeah, why not?
Exactly.
Let's go get some of that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, see, Alexandra on our YouTube page says breakfast on a bun is yummy. It is. Now, I get sausage on it. You can get, I don't know what else they put on there.
Bacon?
We just got to.
Why do you hate bacon?
You got to specify sausage. I don't hate bacon.
Well, you don't have to specify sausage. You either get bacon or you get sausage.
Well, and so you got to tell them which one you want.
Well, sure.
Okay, then you got to specify sausage.
But you don't say, I want a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with no bacon, add sausage.
No. I get a breakfast on a bun with sausage.
Okay.
That's how you have to do that. All right.
But on draft day, it's only the chicken biscuit thing.
Yeah, with honey.
Yes.
Which looks
gooey.
Yes.
It's honey.
I know.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. It looks.
People love those.
They're good, and the chicken's delicious. It's fantastic. But when you look at the picture, it's like, okay.
Well, what do you mean, okay?
No.
You're going to get messy in your car?
You will. Yes. Oh, you will. Uh-oh.
Do you not know how to eat those?
Well, I'm assuming with my hand.
Yeah, but you leave the wrapper on it.
Sure.
Where you don't get it on your hands.
But at some point in time, you got to pull the thing around and make sure you can get a bite. Because if you eat half
what was
of
that
it,
motion with your hands?
you get a bite, and then half of it's still in the wrapper. So you got to make sure you get that thing out of there. I know this because sometimes I'll get a Chick-fil-A sandwich on the way to work. I got to do the same thing with that.
Does it have honey on it?
It does not, no. So I'm just
Chick-fil-A.
saying. Yeah, drive-in eating is probably not the best or safest thing in the world, but, sometimes you got to do it.
You do that while watching TV, it's fine. You're safe.
You know what I had the other day, which I hadn't had in a while?
Oh, boy.
I didn't know they still did it.
Uh-oh.
The little cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
They still have those.
I found that out. I wasn't sure.
The easiest thing to eat while you're driving.
It's great. Love it.
How did you think they went away?
I thought they did. I don't know.
No, they're there. And they used to have that great, they called it the All-American meal. It was 2 of those and the fries and a drink.
That's what I got.
Yeah. It's just not a menu. You just have to ask. They'll do it for you.
Yeah, that's what I asked. So y'all still have those little cheeseburgers? She said, yeah. She was good.
Why didn't you get them Big Mac?
Yeah. Well, because it's hard to eat and drive with a
It's
Big Mac.
impossible to eat a Big Mac and drive. But you can do that with a quarter pounder.
Well, yeah, maybe so.
I mean, because that's the problem with those little cheeseburgers like that, it's just way too much bread. Although,
yeah, because the patty's
pretty
thin.
non-existent.
Yeah, well, you get the double cheeseburgers in.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah,
or a quarter pounder. But we know you like bread.
I was pretty happy with the just the fact that they still had it, so I was in good shape.
You got to get out more. You got to get out more.
Yeah, you're probably right.
The question is, speaking of getting out, is Pat Hallmark getting out of San Antonio?
Well, that's the question, and there are reports today that he is one of the front runners for the opening at San Diego State.
I have to honestly admit, I am surprised that Pat Hallmark has not resolved his contract situation with UTSA. My initial thought is to be mad at Lisa Campos, the athletic director, for not having this done when the typo in his contract was discovered. Dude took UTSA to the super regionals. Typically, super regionals, you get a raise, you get a contract extension. Well done, attaboy. But I don't know if this is all on Lisa Campos, because Pat Hallmark was very loud about wanting more support for the baseball program. And then, was he aware that he was going to essentially be out of a job when he made those comments on this show and then followed him up in Los Angeles? I would like to think so.
That's a good question.
Based on the comments Lisa Campos had, Lisa Campos said that when they discovered it, they went to him and wanted to fix it. I'm going to guess not for the same money. I don't know that, but it kind of feels like, dude, no. and more support. So him not being signed might be on Pat Hallmark and using this opportunity to parlay it into a job that actually has a good facility and maybe more money. But the problem with San Diego State, their outgoing coach was only making $155,000, so that's about more than $50,000 less than Pat Hallmark's currently making at UTSA. And the cost of living in San Diego, I don't know, triple what it is here?
It's a little bit more expensive than what it costs to live here in this great city of San Antonio.
But it is San Diego.
Well, that's true, but I mean, you still want to. What, you're going to live under a bridge?
Well,
I mean, seriously, because you say $155,000 is a lot of money. That's a lot of money here in San Antonio, but in San Diego, California, it's not.
In the San Diego Tribune newspaper, according to a recent study, which I was reading this article about one of the problems San Diego State has in looking for a new coach is the salary. It says that. It also says in this article that to live comfortably in San Diego, you have to make at least $273,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean, the taxes are just outrageous to begin with, and then the cost of living there is outrageous as well. Look, I don't know, and maybe that's not the only job offer he's got. That's just the one we saw a report on today, that he is one of the front runners. He's not the only one, but he is one of the front runners. So it'll be interesting to see, because you got to figure if you're Pat Hallmark, you're going to ask for a hell of a lot more than $155,000.
Well, and the former SDSU coach Mark Martinez was making $155,000. He retired, and they promoted a dude named Cole, who is believed to be making about $120 when promoted to replace Martinez. So if SDSU is to hire a new coach with Division I head coaching experience, then the salary will have to be increased substantially to be competitive. According to a recent Zillow study indicated, the annual income of $273,000 was required in order to comfortably afford a home in San Diego. That is straight out of the San Diego Union Tribune, an article written on June 4th.
Interesting. Well, it's going to be interesting to see, but you knew we had some options. The question is the one you brought up at the beginning. Did he know about this? And I have a feeling before this gets worked out, there's going to be some lawyers involved. Because, I mean, if he wants more money from UTSA and he's going to use this to try and get it or to get out and go somewhere else, then we're going to have to decide, is that typo a contract killer or is it not? And I have a feeling only the suits and the lawyers are going to be able to figure that out.
Lawyers are going to have to figure this out. I mean, Pat Hallmark is the one that went on record with Ken's 5 saying, I don't have a job. My contract expired.
Yes.
In everything you see from UTSA, they think that he still has a job. Question is, did he get a June paycheck?
That's the one.
Right?
That's the thing.
If he did, and he spends $1 of that, I don't know, because everything else in the contract indicates the 26th date.
Right.
But on the amended page, it does say everything on this amended page supersedes everything else in the contract. So,
and that says 2025.
And again, I'm not a lawyer, but I think Pat Hallmark might have been looking for an out, and it's not. I don't know that Pat Hallmark, and I don't know Pat Hallmark well at all, at all. So I mean, I don't know the guy. I don't know anything about him other than when he came on the Blitz and what I've read and the interviews that I've seen. He seems to really want more support for the program. Now, I know they've committed a lot of money for that facility that they're planning on building, but that doesn't help his stadium issues. I don't know if Pat Hallmark is trying to get a raise for his personal or if he's trying to just get more money into the baseball budget for his guys. I don't know what his end goal is because when he was on with us talking about trying to get stuff for the stadium and whatnot, we didn't know he was out of work, and he didn't tell us. And, my contract is up.
I wonder if he knew that or if he just woke up before the interview with Ken's 5 and read that or realized that. All of those are good questions. But, look, I take him at his word because I don't know him either.
Yeah.
But he said that a new stadium, money for that was more important to him than getting more NIL dollars for his players.
Yeah.
And so I have to believe he wants a new facility. Look, I can see the frustration, but at the same time, every coach that's over there, including Jeff Traylor, has got to be frustrated with the amount of money, the amount of support they're getting. Now football's going to get priority just because it makes the most money. But everybody over there's got to be frustrated. If you're the women's basketball coach, you're frustrated. The tennis coach, the golf coach, everybody. And so, I mean, what are you going to do? But it's just the world we live in, and it's a brand new problem now for these universities, especially with the revenue share coming up. And how do you do that and make it all work? Raise money for that, and raise money for new facilities, raise money for this and that. I mean, it's tough.
But again, I don't know where to be mad at right now. If Pat Hallmark leaves or doesn't get a new contract from UTSA, I don't know if this is on Pat or Lisa Campos at this point. I am surprised, though, a week later, this still hasn't been resolved, which makes me do wonder if Pat is reluctant to sign or UTSA has failed to meet his demands or they've met in the middle. But I don't know, do they got lawyers trying to figure out, does he have a year left on his deal or not?
Bingo.
But
I think that's got to be it.
It does feel odd. Well, look, if Lisa Campos wanted to give him a raise and an extension, it doesn't matter what the current contract says. If she's trying to hold him to that original contract and no raise after he goes to the super regional, that seems a little odd too.
Could be. Is it all her call?
Well, then there's that.
I mean, I would think she is the athletic director, so is it her call? Or does she have a budget to work under that she can't do that? I don't know, and I don't want to blame anybody at this point in time. So until we know the story, but I just have a feeling this is going to go to the suits that are lawyers, and they're going to have to figure it out. They'll get paid, and somebody will win, somebody won't. But this San Diego State thing that's come up, I think it's interesting. You knew he was going to get some interest. But if that salary is where it is, to me it's a no-go, and he doesn't have much of a leg to stand on at this point in time.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. NBA Finals resume tonight. It is Game 5, huge game for both teams because typically the winner of this game goes on to win the series. I don't know, just about every single time. Doesn't happen all the time, but just about every single time. So a big game in Oklahoma City tonight. We are talking about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Before we go, though, I want to tell you about my good friends at Connecticut Quality Water Softeners. I absolutely love my Connecticut Quality Water Softener. It's met my expectations and then some. I had no idea it would be that much better than anything else I've ever had, but it is. I mean, head and shoulders better than anything else I've ever had. Look, they've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. All Connecticut products are made here in America. And the thing I love about it, and I truly do, you don't plug this thing in. So if you get a thunderstorm and the electricity goes out, well, it's going to keep running because it doesn't run on electricity. And there's none of the other problems that you have with electric products. It's fantastic, and it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, you're going to get a free reverse osmosis drinking station that the fine folks at Connecticut will install right there at your kitchen sink. Also going to give you $400 trade-in on your old water softener. And how about some free money? 0% interest for 12 months. That's right, 0% interest for 12 months. You don't want to wait. Give them a call. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 210-656-7873, or get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in the books. We'll talk about how it went down and what needs to happen next.
And Game 5 of the Stanley Cup tonight. Does it all end here? We'll talk about that and more. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Ugh, kitchen ants, runaway roaches, a spider. A spider. A spider! Relax. Just use Zevo. Zevo insect killer sprays use a powerful blend of mint and rosemary to eliminate those pests and up to 20 other bug types. Plus, Zevo is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Just spray the bugs and wipe them away. Zevo. People friendly, bug deadly.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website is alawyer4us.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat a billion-dollar insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do: help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community when and where you can. When an insured driver seriously injures someone, a billion-dollar insurance company uses everything it can to pay as little as possible. Every insurance company you have heard of has a very large staff of attorneys already working against you. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after a collision. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyer4us.com.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
God, Metallica was so good Saturday night.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's good, man. What was that, the 300th time you've seen him?
26.
26. Okay, I was checking. I'd lost count with what was going on. So who was with him? Suicidal Tendencies?
Yes, and Pantera.
Who was better of those two?
Pantera.
They were?
Although I haven't seen Suicidal Tendencies in years.
Yeah.
I mean, they were big in the early 80s. I was a kid. Pantera, just because it's Pantera, and they do a great job of respecting the brothers, Vinnie Paul and Dimebag, not here anymore, but they're certainly a big part of what Pantera does. And then Metallica is just incredible, always. Always.
Cool. I would really like to see Metallica. No lie. All jokes aside, I don't know anything about the other two, but Metallica, I would like to see.
You would like Pantera as well.
All right.
Pledge is laughing. I mean, there's probably 4 songs that Ryan Engel knows that's Pantera that he does not know that is Pantera.
Walk.
That's probably right.
And the energy that they bring is certainly there.
All right.
And then, I don't know.
Well, the next time, Metallica's around, we'll have to get tickets and go. I know you will, so I guess I'll have to get tickets and go.
I will.
So that's good.
And I'll say this, for you Houston Texans fans, I discovered something about NRG Stadium. By the way, this Metallica show set a record for attendance at NRG. But this was one of the more expensive concert tickets that Metallica has. And because this tour, they typically play what they call no repeat weekends. They play on a Friday and a Sunday with completely different set lists. So it's basically 2 shows in every city. In Houston, it was 1 night only, and the ticket prices were ridiculous. I've never seen Metallica prices this high. And I was talking to John over at Awesome Tickets, and I was like, dude, I've seen them 25. It might be 26. I'm not paying that kind of money to go. And so I went a little bit higher than I would normally go for a concert, but knowing how the stage setup is. But John was like, get club-level seats. They're great. Perfect. Where I try to tell people to go buy tickets for a Houston Texans game. And I did. I was like right on the 50-yard line in the club level. And my goodness, if I'm at a Texans game, that's where I'm going.
A good place to go.
I mean, the club level one, there's plenty of bars, the food options that were in there, and the bathroom was really close. And you're not that much higher than the people in the lower section where those tickets were well over $1,000.
Wow.
And I'm not paying that kind of money.
That's why it's good to know John at Awesome Tickets.
Because he was like, well, you can go here. Like, trust me. Because I was a little hesitant because I generally don't want to be up that high. They were perfect. But for a Texans game, I think those seats would be incredible.
No, that's outstanding. I just love the fact that you don't have to fight lines. You got a bar right there, and especially a bathroom.
And every section had a bartender.
Nice.
So our bartender, man, he saw me coming and started pouring the beers. Wow. I didn't even have to ask.
Wow. Well, that's great. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Makes it an enjoyable thing to do. I've been in a concert lately. I guess the last one with you, we saw the NXS knockoff.
And you too. That was your last concert?
I guess it was, yeah.
Good Lord.
Oh my gosh, that was entertaining.
You need to up your game.
Well, especially when we came, we're waiting, right? And I don't remember who was the first tribute. I don't recall, but NXS was next, and it was the same damn band.
It was NXS, and then it was U2.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. But it was literally the same band.
Same guy. He just changed his wig.
Yeah. It was bad.
He changed his wig. That's exactly what he did.
It was bad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well,
it's fun though. I like going to
look, the Shakira concert has been rescheduled for Thursday.
Oh, really?
So you could go do that.
Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can't do that. I wanted to go on Friday when I should have done that. What I like, I just saw a text or a tweet or whatever that any tickets that were purchased are good for this.
Yeah.
So that's good. Apparently, she was very upset that she had to cancel this show.
I heard that from a police officer friend of mine that was at the Dome working security. Although what I look, her reasons in the original post from the Dome, because doors were supposed to open and they delayed that, so that's pissing off people.
Oh yeah.
And then they pulled the plug at 7. The concert was supposed to start at 7:30. I don't know what time they realized they didn't hire a good welder to put the stage together. And I get, like, you can't have that stuff falling on her or on people, but this is like the 3rd concert that she's had to cancel for the same kind of issue.
Wow. So that, just to be clear, that's her band's fault or her people's fault, not the Dome, or is it?
It's not the Dome. I don't know who to blame, Live Nation, but all these, she blamed. She said third-party crews set up. So I don't know. But to see the picture she posted, it looked like a bad weld. Imagine it. I don't know how hard it is to find a new welder to come in there and fix that, but apparently it was enough for them to not put on a sold-out show.
Well, that's good, though. Can you imagine if something would have happened, then, that would have been a tragedy.
Well, and when these stage crews, like I look at the Metallica setup, I mean, I don't know how many different stages they have, but one's in this city getting set up, and then they got one going to another city, and, they have these crews that travel with them. Do they not have that for Shakira? Because I think she's in Houston tonight and tomorrow night.
And then back here on Thursday.
Well,
and that kind of throws a loop because Thursday obviously was a night off for her, so now she's got to work on that day, and she's got to shake those hips on another night.
I had a question regarding this over the weekend. So everybody that got there early and was waiting outside, et cetera, a lot of parking.
Mm-hmm.
It's very expensive. Parking at the Alamo Dome has become a big thing.
$60.
Does they get that money back if the concert's canceled?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Alamo Dome released that if you paid by credit card, you would be automatically refunded.
That's nice.
You parked in some dude's yard.
You're not getting that back.
And that's what, like I'm curious, and I don't know the answer to this when it comes to big concerts like that. But they get set up, and I know the fire department and the inspector people, they go inspect everything. Did they do that before sound check? I mean, once it's like I don't know. I think by 2 or 3 o'clock you would know if something's wrong, and maybe they did, and we're hoping to get it fixed before 7, and couldn't, and then last minute, all right, well we can't do this. We got to roll, but that sucks.
Now I'm assuming this is accurate. I'll credit Fred on our YouTube page. It says the third cancellation for the same problem.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just said that.
You just said that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, maybe they need some new equipment.
Or different third party, but I don't know, Live Nation or whoever puts on the tour, do they hire the third party? Does Shakira hire the third party? Shakira's statement made it sound like she talked to them and were assured that they would fix the problems, and then I'm looking at that weld. I'm not a welder, but it didn't look like it'd be that hard to fix. Right?
Yeah. And I mean, look,
wedge something in there to be good.
She's been around a long time, so I mean, and has made a lot of money.
Yeah, shake more to the right side of the stage, not the left, or wherever that thing was. I don't know.
And she can shake wherever she wants.
I mean, if it was on the runway part,
How old is Shakira now?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Well, it
Why?
really doesn't.
It really doesn't.
I'm just curious.
48 years old.
Wow, that's incredible.
She's almost old enough for you, man.
Wow. Yeah, but I wouldn't know what to do with that. You kidding me? Like, wait a minute.
I don't think you'd have to do much. Just be present.
It's like that old dog chasing a car.
She'll do all the work.
Doubt I would catch you, and even if I did, I wouldn't know what to do with you.
So is Oklahoma City going to win tonight?
I think they will. The question is, will they win by 9.5 or will they win by 10?
That is the question.
That is the question, and it's a question I'm going to have to answer.
Well, which way are you leaning right now?
Indiana, because I've taken them, 4 times, won 2 and lost 2. So I think I'm probably going to stick with them. Jason,
Oklahoma City playing at home.
Yes.
Red Pandas in the building.
9.5 still. It hasn't moved. So you think Red Panda's the secret sauce?
I do. And
remember, they're doing the player introductions too tonight.
The energy in Oklahoma City. Everybody's going to have the shirt on.
So you think this is a spanking?
I think it's going to be a really good game, but when it's all said and done, Thunder by 14.
I'll have to check this. 224 is the total tonight, according to this, my handy dandy little phone bookie.
Yeah. Phone bookie.
My phone bookie.
You couldn't sound older.
224, 9.5.
Pacers already complaining about fatigue.
They are?
Are they going to handle the moment?
I haven't heard they're complaining about fatigue.
Yeah, there's an article on Yahoo.
Wow. They just had 2 days off. What the hell?
Can they handle the moment?
Well, that's the question.
That's the question.
Well, can Oklahoma City handle the moment?
Will the way Oklahoma City closed Game 4, some might say Indiana gave it away. Mentally, can they get over that hurdle? I'm taking the Thunder tonight they're going to cover.
So you're laying the points. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. How about that?
Yep.
Well, that tells me all I need to know. I'll take Indiana.
Yeah, there you go. There you
No,
go.
I don't have a good feeling about Indiana tonight. I really don't.
The 224 is what I'm more likely to bet.
Well, you go over that?
I'll go over.
Yeah.
Because we know Scott Foster's not reffing tonight.
No, he's not. Well, that'd be better for the over because he's going to put everybody at the free throw line.
He will.
I don't know I haven't heard who the officials are just yet, and it doesn't matter, but necessarily. But yeah, it sucks when an official gets a reputation like that.
It's well earned.
Well, it just sucks though.
It does, but it is well earned. Although you got Rick Carlisle talking about what a great official he is, which to me is just Rick trying to get on the good side of the refs.
Well, I mean,
he's buying calls already. He's playing the game.
Well, you're right about the arena.
Officials suck in every sport. You saw that bad Sam Burns call the other day with the casual water.
Dude, it wasn't a bad call. Tell Sam Burns to get over it. Just hit the ball.
The dude on TV said it was a bad call. I'm going to go with that.
Well, I don't know who the dude on TV was.
Well,
it was a bad call.
It was casual water.
Yeah, whatever.
Didn't even know it was a rule.
You got a show tonight, Pledge? All right, for 30 minutes, because I know we do have the NBA Finals Game 5 right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The pregame show starts at 6:30. So until then, Jason Minix, we got James Pledger in Extra Innings. That's coming up next. Have a great Monday night, everybody.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Head of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Mellow Mushroom has the best